Chapter 805. Fight on the Street. Qin knows that these people can't afford to play. He looked at Long Shanwei and calmly asked, "Boss, what do you think?" Long Shanwei took a deep breath. "Youngster, even though I have seen many lucky people, it is the first time I have seen someone as lucky as you. But I don't believe that you have this kind of luck." Qin said with sneer, "You people say that I am playing tricks. Why don't you tell me what kind of tricks I am playing?" Di Mingchun furiously yelled. "You won so many times in a row. Moreover, every time you play big, even a blind person can see that you are playing tricks. You were the first to play golden jade gambling. Just now, the pearl guessing was also invented by your boss. If I was playing tricks, how could you not see it?" Qin laughed loudly. "You clearly can't afford to play. Playing dice and golden jade gambling. It can be said that Qin is cheating. But Long Shanwei just invented pearl guessing. Qin can also win. It can't be said that he is playing tricks. Spectators also feel that Panlong Pavilion's people can't afford to play. They lost very miserably. Even though we don't have any proof, you are cheating." Long Shanwei stood up, stared at Qin, and said in cold voice, "If you don't return those purple crystal coins, don't even think about leaving." After all, Long Shanwei lost close to 10 billion purple crystal coins. Anyone would feel heartache. "Don't forget, this is a mortal weapon city," Qin said with smile. "If you cause trouble, let's see who will suffer." Di Mingchun said with sneer, "So what if it is a mortal weapon city? My father is a martial emperor in a mortal weapon palace. If we truly cause trouble, I will capture you and bring you to him. Let him deal with a cheating bastard like you." Qin guessed that the reason why Di Mingchun can cheat without the slightest scruple in Panlong Pavilion is because of his father's protection. However, Di Mingchun's father must have been captured by Granny Ma, so Qin is not afraid. "I am a disciple of a mortal weapon palace. I am also a martial king," Di Mingchun said with sneer. Seeing Di Mingchun stand up and speak like this, Long Shanwei and his group of Panlong Pavilion people also became a lot more unyielding. At least if they cause trouble here, Immortal Weapon City will turn a blind eye to it. "What a coincidence. I am also a disciple of a mortal weapon palace." Qin smiled. "Oh, since that's the case, all the more you should hand over those purple crystal coins." Di Mingchun laughed loudly and said, "If I find out who you are, I guarantee that you won't be able to stay in a mortal weapon palace." "So you don't know who I am?" asked Qin. "How could I know a small fry like you who has not even reached the martial king realm? However, you have pretty good methods. You have already attracted my attention. I will surely investigate who you are," Di Mingchun said in a threatening tone. Qin said, "Since I am a disciple of the Immortal Weapon Palace, do you still dare to stop me?" Long Shanwei gave a meaningful glance to the few middle-aged men inside. A group of people immediately blocked the entrance of the staircase, not letting people leave. Di Mingchun said with evil smile, "Originally, as long as you handed over the purple crystal coins, we would have let you go. But now, we'll have to use our rules against the cheaters." Everyone is secretly apprehensive because Long Shanwei and his group want to beat people up here. It is very dangerous to be caught fighting in the Immortal Weapon City. A group of people promptly dispersed. They are worried that the intense fight will affect them. Everyone can see that Qin's aura is only late-stage Xian martial realm. He only has a faint Xian Dao power sharp edge. And Di Mingchun is a martial king. Our Immortal Weapon Palace's disciple actually cheated in the casino. Let me teach him a lesson. Di Mingchun pulled up his sleeves. His expression is sinister and ruthless. Long Shanwei and a group of Panlong Pavilion people are watching from the side with smile on their faces. Qin said with frown, "Do you really want to make the matter bigger?" Long Shanwei laughed loudly and said, "You can rest assured, we won't make the matter bigger. We are only teaching you a lesson. Nobody will know. We have already taught a lesson to many people. Aren't we all fine?" Di Mingchun slowly walked towards Qin. With his martial king strength, he can show disdain to all Xian martial realm, so he is not a bit afraid of this person before him. Just as he walked over, Qin suddenly disappeared. Not even his aura. Everyone is suddenly alarmed. Di Mingchun was stunned for a moment, Suddenly a pa sound burst out. Although it happened very quickly, everyone here is not weak. They can clearly see that Qin Yun suddenly appeared and slapped Di Mingchun. Bang! Di Mingchun was sent flying, smashed through the wall, and fell down from the top floor. Long Shanwei is also a martial king, but he is also shocked by Qin Yun's strength. Long Shanwei also took action. He flew over to grab Qin Yun. However, just as he was about to rush over, Qin Yun disappeared without a trace. Long Shanwei promptly released an extremely strong power to form a barrier to protect himself. Qin Yun suddenly appeared behind Long Shanwei. Holding a black saber, he hacked down on Long Shanwei's body. Long Shanwei screamed in fright. Half of his body has been cut open. It is a ghastly sight. Other people in the casino are also dumbfounded. Even a martial king's boss has become like this, let alone their Xian martial realm. Boom! Qin Yun's fist landed on Long Shanwei's body and sent him flying towards the hole in the wall, causing him to fall down on the street. Di Mingchun's face turned black after being slapped by Qin Yun. Just as he wanted to rush over, he saw Long Shanwei fall down while drenched in blood. These two trash martial kings, gambling here all day, they're indeed not that strong. Qin Yun shook his head and also flew down from the hole. Many people also rushed over to look. There are many people on the street. Although it is late at night, there are many gamblers inside Panlong Pavilion. They all ran out now. Isn't that Long Shanwei's boss? There is also Di Mingchun. They were actually beaten up. Who has such big guts to beat them up in Panlong Pavilion? This is a good show to watch. Di Mingchun is from Immortal Weapon Palace. He is a martial king. His father is a martial emperor from Lawkeeper Hall. Di Mingchun saw Qin Yun's black saber dripping with blood falling down and furiously yelled, "You are done for. Immortal Weapon Palace's guards are already on the way." Just as Di Mingchun finished speaking, Qin Yun arrived in a flash and chopped down on Di Mingchun's shoulder, chopping off his arm. This caused the people on the street to be extremely shocked. It has been many years since someone dared to fight on the street. Moreover, they are fighting Immortal Weapon Palace's people. Even Di Mingchun did not expect that someone would attack in front of so many people, because doing so is equivalent to provoking the entire Immortal Weapon City. Saber wind whistled. It brought along deep and cold aura and once again chopped down rapidly. That seemingly ordinary saber swing is very fast, accurate, and ruthless, using the shortest saber path, most suitable power, most ingenious angle, smoothly chopped down on Di Mingchun's other arm. Everyone let out a burst of shocked cry again, their voice resounding through the night sky. Di Mingchun's miserable scream caused people to feel their blood run cold. Immortal Weapon Palace's guards finally arrived. They're a group of large men wearing black armor. I am Di Mingchun, Immortal Weapon Palace's martial king. Quickly capture this bastard. Di Mingchun screamed in pain. There are many Immortal Weapon Palace's guards. There are more than 50 people. They're divided into several small teams, and the leaders are all martial kings. As soon as they arrived, they immediately surrounded the scene. Long Shanwei, Di Mingchun, and Qin Yun have been surrounded. Bring them back and interrogate them clearly. These Immortal Weapon Palace's guards don't care who is who, they coldly shouted. Di Mingchun said to Qin Yun with evil grin, "You are dead for sure." Qin Yun put away the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. He is also very calm. Everyone's expression is filled with shock as they watched the 3 people being taken away. At this time, they also realized that Long Shanwei lost close to 10 billion purple crystal coins. Late at night, Immortal Weapon Palace, Lawkeeper Hall, inside a hall. Di Mingchun and Long Shanwei are lying on the ground and screaming in pain. Qin Yun is calmly sitting on a chair. Suddenly, a gray-clothed old man rushed in. He saw Di Mingchun's arms have been chopped off, and his 2 arms are at the side. He immediately shouted, "Mingchun, who attacked you?" "Master, where's my father? Quickly let him come." Di Mingchun shouted in pain. "It is that bastard who chopped off my arms." At this time, a group of old men arrived. all of them are martial kings. They saw the gray-clothed old man and promptly saluted. The gray-clothed old man furiously glared at Qin Yun, promptly rushed over and sent a palm attack towards Qin Yun's face. Qin Yun promptly dodged, took out the nether spirit's sacred blade, and said in cold voice, "Who are you? Are you trying to protect Di Ming-shun?" "Ha ha ha. You actually don't know? He is our Immortal Weapon Palace's new half-immortal, Duan Jingxin." Di Ming-shun laughed loudly and said, "Bastard, to think you are our Immortal Weapon Palace's disciple. You are dead for sure." Duan Jingxin looked at Qin Yun and said in cold voice, "Your movement technique is pretty good. Since you are our Immortal Weapon Palace's disciple, why don't you report your master? I will also take care of your master." "I don't have a master," Qin Yun said. "Then you can go die." Duan Jingxin furiously shouted and attacked Qin Yun again. "Stop!" This is Bao Changshuo's voice, causing Duan Jingxin to retreat a few steps. Sect Master has arrived. Those martial kings and Duan Jingxin promptly saluted. When Qin Yun entered Immortal Weapon Palace, he already notified Bao Changshuo and Granny Ma. "Sect Master, you must uphold justice for me. That bastard chopped off my arms." Di Ming-shun promptly knelt on the ground and shouted loudly, "Qin Yun, tell me what is going on here?" Bao Changshuo said to Qin Yun. Di Ming-shun, Duan Jingxin, and Long Shanwei are immediately dumbfounded. They really did not expect that this guy is actually Qin Yun. Everyone knows that Qin Yun is deeply loved by Grand Elder. Moreover, he has made great contribution to Immortal Weapon Palace. He obtained 2 immortal origins for Immortal Weapon Palace and is also an inscription master with 2 inscription spirits. Chapter 806. Flying Phoenix Pavilion. Just now, Duan Jingxin wanted to kill Qin Yun, and now he wants to kill Di Ming-shun. Bastard. Duan Jingxin is very clear about Qin Yun's position in Immortal Weapon Palace. He immediately became extremely furious, slapped Di Ming-shun's face, and loudly cursed. "Don't kill him," Granny Ma said. Di Ming-shun is also scared silly. He naturally knows Qin Yun's position. Forget about cutting off his arms. Even if his master Duan Jingxin's arms were cut off, Bao Changshuo would not look into it. "What is going on here?" Bao Changshuo looked at Di Ming-shun and asked in cold voice, This is all my fault." Di Ming-shun also promptly yelled. Qin Yun walked over, lifted Di Ming-shun up, and then walked toward the secret room. Bao Changshuo did not say anything. He is only looking at Duan Jingxin and Long Shanwei. "Sect Master, I lost my head in a moment of anger. Please forgive me. I am willing to be imprisoned for 10 years. Duan Jingxin hastily apologized and said, "All right, you will be imprisoned for 10 years. Bao Changshuo nodded his head. Granny Ma also left with Duan Jingxin. After Di Ming-shun was brought into the secret room by Qin Yun, he shouted in fear, "What are you doing? Why did Xiaofeng leave Immortal Weapon Palace?" Qin Yun said in cold voice, Long family asked me to deliver a message to Long Xiaofeng. I don't know why she left." Di Ming-shun suddenly realized that Qin Yun and Long Xiaofeng's secret friendship must be very good. How did Long family know that Xiaofeng is an Immortal Weapon Palace? Qin Yun's brows are creased. His killing intent is completely revealed. "My father accidentally saw Long Xiaofeng in Lawkeeper Hall and told me. I told Long Shanwei." Di Ming-shun is very afraid of death. He confessed everything. Qin Yun left the secret room and brought in Long Shanwei. Long Shanwei's body is trembling in fear. Bao Changshuo also learned from Granny Ma that Qin Yun is very angry because Long Xiaofeng left. "What message did you deliver to Xiaofeng?" Qin Yun did not waste any more words with Long Shanwei. That is a letter. It is written by Long Xiaofeng's wet nurse. Her life is in danger. She wants to see her." Long Shanwei sensed the killing intent from Qin Yun's body and became extremely scared. "Xiaofeng returned to the Long family? Where is she now?" Qin Yun asked again. "She didn't return to the Long family. She just went to her wet nurse's place," Long Shanwei said while crying. "Later they must have been captured by our Long family people. I don't know the details. I was only in charge of passing on the message." Clearly, It was a trap set up by the Long family to force Long Xiaofeng to return. You really don't know where Xiaofeng went in the end? Qin Yun vigorously grabbed Long Shanwei's neck. She should be in Long family. Long Shanwei shouted in fear. Just as he finished speaking, Qin Yun killed him with a slash and took out his Dao core and martial spirit. Seeing this scene, Di Mingshun was so scared that he started crying and shouting, "Don't kill me! Don't kill me! If not for you father and son, how could Xiaofeng leave the immortal weapon palace?" Qin Yun said coldly and then walked over. Qin Yun's nether spirit's sacred blade pierced forward like lightning and killed Di Mingshun. Before Di Mingshun died, his face was filled with fear. After Qin Yun took out his martial spirit and Dao core, Bao Changsho said, "You want to go to the Long family? Can you do it alone? We can help you. I will go take a look first. If Xiaofeng is still alive, I will save her. If she is dead, I will come back and ask for your help to raise the Long family to the ground." Qin Yun finished speaking and immediately left the Lawkeeper Hall. Proud Star State's Long family headquarters is located inside the Wei Long Mountain Range's Wei Long Manor. Outside the Wei Long Mountain Range, there's a Wei Long City. It is also a huge city built by the Long family. After arriving at the Wei Long City, Qin Yun spent many purple crystal coins to gather information, and very soon he found some useful information. Inside the Wei Long City's Flying Phoenix Pavilion, a beauty is being auctioned. Legend has it that she is one of the Proud Star State's 4 great beauties. Many people are guessing that she is the Long family wanted to capture Long Xiaofeng. Long Xiaofeng has dragon and phoenix twin martial spirits. After Long family's dragon disappeared, Long Xiaofeng also disappeared. At that time, Long family suspected that this matter is related to Long Xiaofeng. Now, Flying Phoenix Pavilion, this great brothel is suddenly auctioning this kind of beauty. Moreover, she is one of the Proud Star State's 4 great beauties. Clearly, it is Long Xiaofeng. There are many people participating in the auction. They are all people with status and position in Wei Long City, young, middle-aged, and old people. The auction will begin tonight. Luckily, I arrived early. Qin Yun promptly rushed to Flying Phoenix Pavilion. The auction will be held at the entrance of Flying Phoenix Pavilion. Anyone can participate. If people recklessly bid and don't buy, they won't be able to leave the city. It must be known that Flying Phoenix Pavilion is Long family's property, so no one dares to act recklessly. Qin Yun is very worried in his heart because Long family auctioned off Long Xiaofeng. Clearly, Long Xiaofeng no longer has any value. Long Xiaofeng said before that Long family people want to take away her martial spirit. Dragon and phoenix martial spirit is very rare. Thinking about this, Qin Yun became even more worried. Many people have already gathered below Flying Phoenix Pavilion. A very fat middle-aged woman is standing on the balcony of Flying Phoenix Pavilion's 2nd floor. She yelled, "Have you all prepared purple crystal coins?" The girl we are auctioning tonight is a famous beauty of the Proud Star State. Fat old brothel keeper, how was the quality of that great beauty? If she has gone through many hands, she won't have any value. That's right. Quickly tell us. Rest assured, our Flying Phoenix Pavilion is auctioning off female slaves. They are all virgin, the fat old brothel keeper said with a smile. Night has arrived. Many people have arrived. Qin Yun originally wanted to enter Flying Phoenix Pavilion, but he sensed that there are at least 5 martial kings inside. Could it be that they are deliberately auctioning off Xiaofeng to lure out her accomplices? Qin Yun suddenly felt that there must be an ambush in the surroundings. Nighttime, Flying Phoenix Pavilion's 2nd floor balcony lit up with light. A haggard and extremely beautiful woman wearing red skirt. Her entire body is tied up and being escorted out. It is indeed Long Xiaofeng. More than 10,000 people have gathered below Flying Phoenix Pavilion. When they saw Long Xiaofeng, they began loudly shouting. Long family actually took out Long Xiaofeng to sell. Although many people guessed it before, they are now completely astonished. Qin Yun remembers that when Long Xiaofeng was in the immortal weapon fantasy field, she was very afraid of death and pain. And now, Her haggard and beautiful face is filled with tranquility. Clearly, she is not afraid of anything. Looking at Long Xiaofeng, Qinyan secretly feels guilty. Xiaoyun, don't feel guilty. The conflict between Xiaofeng and Long family is very big. Last time when she returned to Long family, didn't her martial spirit almost be taken away? This matter has nothing to do with you. You must pay attention to those people lying in ambush here. Ling Yuner said. Qinyan looked at the haggard Long Xiaofeng and said in his heart, Yuner, Xiaofeng looks very weak. Could it be that her martial spirit has been taken away? I don't know. Let's take a look first. You will surely be able to save her. Ling Yuner said. At this time, someone below asked, Fat old procuress, if you want us to spend a lot of money to buy Long Xiaofeng, it is not enough if she only has a pure body. She also needs to have cultivation. She is a very good dual cultivation cauldron. Her Tao core is still there. You can rest assured. Fat old procuress said with smile. This caused even more people to become interested, especially those rich old men with formidable cultivation. They all started laughing sinisterly. Fat old procuress saw that many people have arrived and immediately began bidding. She yelled, You can bid according to your mood. The highest bidder wins. If you randomly bid and don't want to buy, you must be careful. I bid 100 million purple crystal coins. The person who shouted is a middle-aged man wearing blue clothes. I bid 200 million, 300 million, 350 million. After an intense round of continuous bidding, the pace of the bidding slowed down when it reached 1.5 billion. Now, only 3 people are bidding. An old man, a middle-aged man, and a young man. The young man is holding a folding fan. He is wearing luxurious purple clothes. His expression is calm as he bid. Although the blue-clothed middle-aged man can continue bidding, he is feeling pressure. The old man should be relatively wealthy, but he is the one who increased the price the least. It seems like he is also feeling pressure. Qin Yun did not participate in the bidding. Instead, he is preparing to take action. Finally, the purple-clothed young man bid 1.8 billion purple crystal coins to buy Long Xiaofeng. That guy seems to be from the Yang family? Yang Fangheng. I heard that he is a very outstanding disciple of the Yang family. Peak Xian martial realm. He will soon become a martial king. Could it be that he also cultivates harvesting Yang technique? Looks like it should be. Yang Fangheng flew to the balcony, paid 1.8 billion purple crystal coins to the fat old procuress, and then looked at Long Xiaofeng with smile. Proud Star states, Great beauty, I missed you to death. Yang Fangheng's face is filled with hunger and thirst as he looked at Long Xiaofeng. He licked his lips and then extended his hand to touch Long Xiaofeng's face. Long Xiaofeng promptly bit Yang Fangheng's hand. Ah! Yang Fangheng screamed after being bitten. This caused a group of people below to roar in laughter. Pa! After the fat old procureur saw this, she slapped Long Xiaofeng. Little slut, you dare to bite your master? Quickly lick the blood off this young master's hand. The fat old procuress pulled Long Xiaofeng's hair. Yang Fangheng extended his hand towards Long Xiaofeng and said in cold voice, You are already my female slave. If you don't lick the blood off your hand, I will strip your clothes here. Pa! Long Xiaofeng spat a mouthful of blood at Yang Fangheng. The fat old procuress wanted to continue hitting Long Xiaofeng, but she suddenly felt that her entire body is unable to move. Slut! Yang Fangheng loudly cursed. Just as he was about to hit Long Xiaofeng, a large amount of blood suddenly burst out. That is because the fat old procuress's head suddenly exploded and sprayed out a large amount of blood. Yang Fangheng was terrified to the extreme as well when he saw this scene. It must be known that he is a peak Xian martial realm, yet someone suddenly killed the fat old procuress without him noticing. Just as Yang Fangheng wanted to move, he discovered that many tree vines have wrapped around his feet. Swish! Chapter 807. Heavenly Lion suppressing martial kings. First, the fat old procuress head exploded. Then, Yang Fangheng's arm was chopped off. All of this happened in an instant. Spectators cried out in fear and hastily pushed away. At the same time, a few martial kings suddenly appeared outside the balcony. You, who are you? Yang Fangheng can clearly sense that this person is nearby. Qinyan also appeared. Just as he appeared, the nether spirit's sacred blade in his hand hacked towards Yang Fangheng's head. Ah! Yang Fangheng screamed miserably. His body was almost chopped into two pieces. Boom! Qinyan's fist ferociously punched Yang Fangheng's abdomen, causing the Xian Dao core inside to explode out of Yang Fangheng's back. Long Xiaofeng saw Qinyan standing in front of her. She is very familiar with his back view, and tears of excitement started flowing down her face. Who am I? I am Qinyan. Qinyan finished speaking and punched Yang Fangheng's head, shattering it. Many people who ran far away heard the name, Qinyan, and cannot help but turn their head to look. This is truly too shocking to them. Qinyan is a legend-like character, and now he has appeared here. Everyone knows that Qinyan and Long family are sworn enemies. He is also Long family's greatest enemy. Now Qinyan has entered the dragon cave to save Long Xiaofeng. Many people cannot help but think of many things. Long family lost a dragon before. Later, they only knew that it was related to Long Xiaofeng. Now Qinyan has come to save Long Xiaofeng. It means that Long family's dragon has been taken away by Qinyan. To Long family, that dragon is incomparably precious. It is their guardian beast. Yet it was taken away by Qinyan. This is a great humiliation to Long family. At this moment, everyone only wanted to know how Qinyan took away the dragon and what the current situation of the dragon was. So Long Xiaofeng is colluding with you. A Long family martial king looked at Qinyan and said with sneer, Qinyan, you coming here is simply throwing yourself into a trap. Qinyan placed Long Xiaofeng into the first pearl of the nine-sun divine soul and temporarily felt a bit relieved. There are many martial kings and Xian martial realm martial monarchs here. They have been lying in ambush for a long time. Qinyan looked at the group of people and said with sneer, You want to take me down with just these few people? Too naive. You're the naive one. You're not even a martial king. You won't be able to escape today. That martial king shouted loudly and rushed towards Qinyan. Qinyan immediately took out the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron. As soon as the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron appeared, it spun and flew over. Qinyan is now late-stage Xian martial realm. He can use the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron very well. This cauldron is much more useful in battle than refining tools. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron spun around and struck the martial king's body, causing a burst of heavenly lion roar. The most terrifying thing was that the heavenly lion totem runes on the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron were like a heavenly lion phantom image that flew out, producing an extremely strong power. Boom! The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron collided with that martial king, causing his body to explode. The other few martial kings who wanted to rush over were also shocked when they saw this scene. However, when many people's attention was focused on the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron, Qinyan suddenly disappeared. The heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron also disappeared along with him. It looks like Qinyan suddenly left with the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron. While everyone is startled, a valiant Xian Dao power rushed over. The heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron suddenly appeared and ferociously dropped down and pressed down on a martial king's body. With a boom, that martial king's body was heavily pressed down by the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron. Blood and flesh splashed out. Long family and Xian domains, half-immortals and martial emperors are sealed inside the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron. Qinyan cannot open the cauldron's lid, but the heavenly lion power released by the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron has a very strong suppressive power on the Long family. 2 martial kings were killed in a short while. This caused the Long family people's guts to break. Even the spectators in the distance found it hard to believe, because nobody expected that Qinyan, who is not even a martial king, could easily kill 2 Long family martial kings. The heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron is very awesome. It is a magic tool specialized in restraining dragons. Long family is very unlucky to meet this kind of person. No wonder Long family disregarded everything to get rid of Qin Yun. Is it because Qin Yun has mastered this dragon-subduing weapon? Qin Yun is an inscription master. He has mastered 2 inscription spirits. If he can refine even more dragon-subduing weapons with the help of the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron, then Long family won't be able to survive. Indeed, a group of people sighed with emotion. There are still 3 martial kings left. They informed Wei Long Manor's Long family to send people over. After Qin Yun killed the martial king, he disappeared with the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron. The other 3 martial kings also gathered together. The heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron suddenly appeared, emitting waves of black gas and lion roars. Blocked together, an old man yelled. The heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron fiercely pressed down. The 3 Long family martial kings promptly released their strongest power to block the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron. At the same time, other Long family Xian martial realm martial monarchs also attacked Qin Yun one after another. Qin Yun sneered and released 5 throwing knives. The throwing knives flickered with cold light and danced chaotically all around, piercing the bodies of those martial monarchs and killing a large number of them in a short while. Those Long family martial monarchs just flew over and all of them landed on the ground. Those 3 martial kings are endlessly scared and decided to retreat. Just as they were about to retreat, a hammer flickering with intense sunlight appeared in Qin Yun's hand. Qin Yun arrived above those 3 martial kings while holding the 9-sun divine hammer and unleashed forging dragon trembling thunder style. Rumble. Thunder rumbled, shaking heaven and earth. It is as if a furious dragon is roaring. Boundless power rushed down from the sky like a waterfall pouring down in torrents, flickering with intense and glaring light rays, bringing along dancing thunder and lightning. Boom, boom, boom. The power of the trembling thunder style descended. The heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron suddenly flew away and landed on those 3 martial kings. At the same time the night sky was illuminated, a burst of miserable screams came out. Qin Yun raised the 9-sun divine hammer high up. His whole body fiercely dropped down from the sky. The instant the hammer dropped down, it is as if a star is falling down, bringing along incomparable scorching heat and waves of impact. This is the falling star style. Those 3 martial kings found it very difficult to defend against this power that is specially used to restrain them. Boom! As if a star is falling down, the body of those 3 Long family martial kings immediately exploded, flames sprayed out. Bang! The heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron also rapidly dropped down, flattening those 3 Long family martial kings and creating a burst of flame. Qin Yun looked at the corpses of those martial monarchs all around, then promptly walked over and extracted their martial spirits. Wei Long Manor, just wait for me. Qin Yun sensed several formidable martial emperor aura arriving and promptly disappeared. Qin Yun is still inside Wei Long City. He can inquire about the upcoming news and also know Long family's next move. After changing his appearance, he checked into a simple and crude into rest. Controlling the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron to deal with those martial kings made him very tired. I must quickly break through. I can only deal with Long family martial kings now. It will not be so easy to deal with other martial kings. Qin Yun recalled the battle just now. It was also because the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron restrained Long family people that he was able to relax. Long Xiaofeng is inside the 9-sun divine soul's first pearl. Qin Yun let her out. Seeing her injured and haggard appearance, he secretly felt heartache. Xiaofeng, I am sorry, I came late. Qin Yun said with a long sigh. Qin Yun, you don't need to apologize to me. I should be the one apologizing to you. Long Xiaofeng slightly lowered her head, not daring to look at Qin Yun. Xiaofeng, how is your wet nurse? Qin Yun asked. She is gone. Long Xiaofeng cannot help but shed tears. She passed away together. Qin Yun gently caressed Long Xiaofeng's face. Thank you, you saved me again. Long Xiaofeng looked at Qin Yun. Her expression is filled with gratitude. What did they do to you? Qin Yun's hand is on Long Xiaofeng's abdomen. He cannot help but frown. Where is your martial spirit? They took it away. Long Xiaofeng lightly sighed. They also discovered that I have dragon totem. I will go and take it back. Qin Yun's expression sank. I gifted it to you. Why did they take it away? Qin Yun, don't go. I'm still alive. I am already very grateful to you. Long Xiaofeng promptly pulled Qin Yun. I cannot let you take any more risks. Xiaofeng, I'm not doing this for you. I am doing this for your dragon totem and dragon martial spirit. I gave it to you. No one can take it away. Qin Yun's expression is incomparably gloomy. But do you have enough strength? Long Xiaofeng is very worried. Rest assured, I will surely take back my martial spirit. I will first return to Immortal Weapon Palace and find some people, Qin Yun said. Qin Yun, forget about it. I will be able to live the rest of my life properly. I am already very satisfied. I don't want Immortal Weapon Palace to start a war with Long family over this matter. Long Xiaofeng faintly sighed. Don't speak anymore. Properly rest. Qin Yun has already decided to go to Wei Long Manor. The matter of Qin Yun killing Long family martial kings in Wei Long City has spread throughout Proud Star State in one night. This caused the entire Long family to fly into a rage. Because Wei Long City is near Wei Long Manor, it is also Long family's territory. Yet Qin Yun killed a few martial kings and a large number of Xin martial realm martial monarchs. This is equivalent to being trampled on and beaten up by people in their own home. If Long family doesn't do anything, they won't be able to stay in Proud Star State anymore. It must be known that the entire Long family of Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm has joined forces. Therefore, Soaring Dragon states Long family attaches great importance to their entire Long family's position. Even if Proud Star State's Long family is being bullied, they will still take action to help. This way they can show their unity and intimidate other sections. However, Immortal Weapon City is not to be trifled with. There is a formidable immortal inside. Just this point alone is enough to make those people who want to attack Immortal Weapon City dispel their thoughts. Qin Yun brought Long Xiaofeng back to Immortal Weapon Palace and arrived at Immortal Weapon Palace Hall. Chapter 808. Sacred Pupil assists Qin Yun walk to the side of the pool. Lan Xiao also opened her eyes. Seeing her dark blue eyes again, Qin Yun felt a lot more at ease. Her sacred pupil has returned. Qin Yun, thank you. Lan Xiao said. You are welcome. You saved Sister Steam Bun and Sister Shui. I also thank you. Qin Yun sat beside the immortal pool and said with a smile, your situation should be a lot better now, right? What about Qing Chung and Tianzi? How are they now? Lan Xiao asked. They have been sealed. This way they can avoid the pain of the curse. Rest assured, I will go to Soaring Dragon State to find Long family. They're my good friends. I will surely help them get rid of the curse. Qin Yun said. I will also go. Lan Xiao closed her eyes and said in low voice, I will be fine very soon. At that time I will go with you to Soaring Dragon State. Bing Xing nodded at Qin Yun. She knows that Lan Xiao is very strong. With her accompanying him, Qin Yun will be even more assured. Originally, Qin Yun only wanted to check on Lan Xiao's injuries, but now that she's recovering very well, he suddenly decided to bring her to Wei Long Manor. At that time, even if they meet a very strong half-immortal, with Lan Xiao's strength, she should be able to deal with them. Sister Bing Xing, roughly how long will it take for her to completely recover? Qin Yun asked. She is recovering very well now. It is just that she is very weak. She needs to replenish energy. Bing Xing looked at Lan Xiao and said, after a while, she should be able to completely recover. Her recovery power is very strong. Lan Xiao said, as long as my sacred pupil is still there, no matter how serious my injuries are, I can quickly recover. Qin Yun nodded, then asked in low voice, I caused some trouble. I want to settle a group of people. The faster the better. Queen Suyao, can you come with me? Lan Xiao opened her dark blue, beautiful eyes, looked at Qin Yun and said, how strong are they? The strongest are half-immortals. Qin Yun said, Crash! Lan Xiao lightly jumped out of the immortal pool. She is not wearing any clothes. Qin Yun looked at her sparkling and translucent, gorgeous, perfect body and secretly sighed in admiration. Lan Xiao did not fear Qin Yun at all. She took out a set of blue clothes and slowly put them on. Bing Xing lightly glared at Qin Yun and said in low voice, "Turn around." Qin Yun said with mischievous smile, "Queen Xiao doesn't mind. Why do you mind?" Lan Xiao's beautiful ice-cold face is devoid of any emotion or color. Even though she is not wearing clothes in front of a man, she does not feel any discomfort. Qin Yun and Bing Xing also find it strange. Lan Xiao should be the kind of woman who is as pure as ice and clean as jade. But now she is so generous, of course. Qin Yun politely turned his head away and did not look again. And Ling Yin'er instigated him to do some reckless things, for example, to touch Lan Xiao. "We can leave now," Lan Xiao said. "She is wearing blue clothes. She simply tied up her hair." Wait a while. Qin Yun released injured Long Xiaofeng from the first pearl of the nine-sun divine soul. Bing Suyao of Yun is Qi. Xing, Long Suyao is as of Long Yun's Yao of Yun of Xing. Bing Xing also recognized Long Xiaofeng. Originally, she wanted to say something, but seeing that Long Xiaofeng's situation is not right, she immediately checked her situation. Long Xiaofeng looked at Bing Xing and realized that she is the Grand Elder of Immortal Weapon Palace Hall. "I will make her condition better, but in terms of martial spirit, I can't do anything," Bing Xing said. "I will help her get her martial spirit back," Bing Xing said. Long Xiaofeng can see that Bing Xing and Qin Yun's relationship is very good, so she did not dare to say anything. She can only silently thank Qin Yun, and Bing Xing is now healing her. Bing Xing sent Long Xiaofeng into the immortal origin under the immortal pool and placed her on the sun and moon immortal bed. After Long Xiaofeng's martial spirit was taken away, it caused great harm to her soul. She recuperated inside the sun and moon space-time realm and recovered very quickly. Qin Yun saw Bing Xing come out of the immortal pool and laughed in embarrassment. "Sister Bing Xing, it has been hard on you. I always need you to help me heal." Bing Xing did not complain at all. After all, she had previously said that she wanted Qin Yun to call over all the women he knew. She wanted to see if those women had past lives because she wanted to know more about Qin Yun's past life. "All of you, pay attention when you go this time, understand?" Bing Xing warned. Qin Yun and Lan Suyao nodded. Qin Yun brought Lan Suyao out of the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall. Just as he left, he saw Granny Ma. Granny Ma said in low voice, "Qin Yun, there's a group of people outside the city gate. They are Long family people." Qin Yun said with frown, "How did they arrive so quickly?" "You brat, you killed a few martial kings in Long family's territory. How could they not arrive quickly?" Granny Ma said with smile. "Oh, that's right. How is Xiaofeng's situation? Everyone knows about Qin Yun's matter in Wei Long City. Her martial spirit was taken away by Long family people. Qin Yun is filled with anger talking about this matter. Long family people. Wait until we take care of those people at the city gate. Then we will attack Wei Long Manor." After Granny Ma heard this, she became very angry. "No need. I will bring this friend." Qin Yun looked at Lan Suyao beside him. Granny Ma also doesn't know when such a woman came to Immortal Weapon Palace Hall. "I am Lan Suyao, Qin Yun's friend," Lan Suyao said. "Oh," Granny Ma nodded her head. "Let's quickly go to the city gate to take a look. Sectmaster and the others are blocking there." Qin Yun and Lan Xiao followed behind Granny Ma and flew over. Immortal Weapon City's city gate is wide open, but Long family people are not coming in. If it was before, they would directly enter the city and cause trouble in front of Immortal Weapon Palace's gate. Now they don't dare to enter the city because they are afraid of alerting Immortal Weapon Palace's immortals. Long family people don't want to come, but they have no choice but to come. It must be known that now the entire Proud Star State knows that Long family's martial kings were killed by Qin Yun in one breath. This is an extraordinary shame and humiliation. If Long family doesn't do anything, other people will laugh at them even more. Therefore, Long family people can only brace themselves and come. There are some martial emperors and half-immortals standing on the city wall. They are actually not afraid. After all, this is their territory, and their immortal weapon palace's overall strength is not weak. Long family only sent 2 half-immortals and 10 martial emperors. It seems like they don't want to start a real war. They only came to shoot their mouths and curse Qin Yuan and immortal weapon palace. Bao Changsho is standing in front of Long family people and said, "Are you here to declare war?" Long family half-immortal said with sneer, "Declare war? Your immortal weapon city is not worthy of our Long family declaring war on you. We came here to ask you to hand over Qin Yuan. You should know about his evil deeds in Wei Long City, right?" Spectators also admire Long family's courage. Clearly, they are scared to the point that they don't dare to enter the city, but they are still bragging about how strong they are. Long Xiaofeng is our immortal weapon palace's disciple. No matter who it is, they can't harm our disciple. Even if your Long family captured Long Xiaofeng, we must rescue her. Bao Changsho said, "You, Long Xiaofeng colluded with Qin Yuan and caused our Long family to lose our set guardian Heavenly Dragon. Capturing Long Xiaofeng is also a matter of course." Long family half-immortal said in loud voice, "Ha ha ha! Your Long family guardian Heavenly Dragon is too weak. When your Heavenly Dragon was lost, Qin Yuan was not even at Xian martial realm. If your Heavenly Dragon was truly captured by Qin Yuan, what would be the point of keeping this kind of broken toy?" Bao Changsho loudly mocked. Immortal Weapon City's people also roared with laughter. Although Qin Yuan is suspected, after thinking about it carefully, it is impossible for Qin Yuan to accomplish such a thing. Long family guardian Heavenly Dragon is in Wei Long Manor. Reportedly, it is a dragon even stronger than half-immortals. And Qin Yuan is not even at Xian martial realm. How could he go to Wei Long Manor and take away the Heavenly Dragon? Chu Binyu said with loud laughter. Maybe it is because Long family's food is too bad. The Heavenly Dragon ran away and then blamed Qin Yuan. Your Long family can't even raise your own Heavenly Dragon. Jian Rian's words caused everyone to burst into laughter again. Long family people are endlessly furious. That half-immortal shouted, "All of you shut up. Let Qin Yuan and Long Xiaofeng come out to confront each other." Just as he finished speaking, everyone saw a white-clothed Qin Yuan and a blue-clothed woman with ice-cold expressions slowly land beside Bao Changsho. Chu Binyu, Jin Linglong, and others saw Lan Siyao with dark blue eyes together with Qin Yuan. They are all very amazed. "Qin Yuan, I ask you." Just as that Long family half-immortal spoke, he was interrupted by Qin Yuan. Qin Yuan said in cold voice, "I ask you, did you take away Xiaofeng's dragon and phoenix martial spirit? Quickly speak." Long family half-immortal furiously said, "So what if we did?" Qin Yuan gave Lan Suyao a meaningful glance. Bao Changsho suddenly sensed a burst of killing intent rushing out of Lan Suyao's body. Lan Suyao's eyes flashed with a burst of blue light that enveloped the Long family people. Long family people did not expect that as soon as Qin Yuan appeared, they would start fighting. Lan Siyao bitterly hates Long family because Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi were cursed by Long family people. Her sacred pupil's blue light can make people sluggish and even turn them into blue statues. Now, she can only make them sluggish, that's all. Qin Yuan took advantage of this moment, took out Nether Spirit's sacred blade, rushed over and hacked at that Long family half-immortal, chopping him in half at the waist. Then he took out his half-immortal life crystal and martial spirit. Hoo. Qin Yuan used common saber art and rushed into the midst of Long family people. He smoothly and deftly brandished Nether Spirit's sacred blade and killed those martial emperors one by one, then took away their Dao cores and martial spirits. All of this happened too suddenly. Qin Yuan appeared, said a few words, and immediately started killing. Moreover, in a very short period of time, all the Long family people have been killed. The people standing on the city wall are all dumbstruck. They find it hard to believe that killing half-immortals and martial emperors is as easy as cutting grass. Qin Yuan is not lenient when dealing with Long family people. Moreover, his nether spirit's sacred blade needs to devour powerful spirits to recover. Chapter 809. 5-Dragon Battle. King Qin Yin brought along Lan Siyao and flew towards Weilong City. Because Long Xiaofeng's martial spirit has been taken away, Qin Yun is very angry. He has also firmly decided to eliminate proud Star State's Long family. Weilong City is a city built by Long family. Most of Long family's income comes from the city's tax revenue. Qin Yun is going to Weilong City because he wants to see what Long family will do. Last time he killed a few martial kings in Weilong City. If Long family attaches great importance to this matter, they will surely send more people to guard the city. Weilong City is Long family's territory. Now, even a Long family martial king has been killed, and Long family can't catch the killer. This caused Weilong City's people to be very anxious. Everyone chose to stay in big cities to be safe. And now this kind of thing has happened in Weilong City, causing people to feel very unsafe. On the way, Lan Suyao took out a veil to cover her face. Qin Yin told her to do this because her appearance is too conspicuous. There are many people lining up at Weilong City gate. Now entering Weilong City is very strict. Qin Yin brought Lan Suyao to line up. In order to be fast, he directly gave 1 million purple crystal coins to the martial king guarding the gate. 1 million purple crystal coins is not a small amount of wealth for ordinary martial kings. Therefore, the martial king directly let Qin Yun in. The martial kings guarding the gate are rather poor. As long as they can earn money, they don't care about flood overflowing to the sky. Are those people inside? Even though Lan Siyao has never been in contact with Spirit Desolate's human society, she is not very curious about it, because this place is very similar to her desolate domain. There should be some people here. Qin Yun brought Lan Suyao here to destroy Weilong City. So long as this place is destroyed, it will be a great blow to Soaring Dragon State's Long family. Only this way, they can intimidate Long family. Weilong City is very lively. After all, this is Long family's territory. Even though a few martial kings were killed, there are still many people here. Weilong Manor is nearby. Everyone is very relieved. Long family people are patrolling the streets from time to time. They don't look very strong. Long family is actually so calm. Qin Yun walked on the street and did not see any stronger people patrolling. Xiao Yun, many of the Long family's powerful martial emperors and half-immortals died. Ling Yun said, "Some died when we entered the taboo ghost town. Some are also killed by you outside the immortal weapon city gate." The Long family lacked manpower, and it was also the time when the Long family was at its weakest. In that case, they should have sent a lot of people to this city. As long as I can find someone with good cultivation, I can make my move. Qin Yun laughed inwardly. The Long family of the Proud Star State did not have many experts. However, there were still many in the Soaring Dragon State and the other few states. Now that Proud Star State's Weilong Manor needs help, other states will surely come to help. Their Long family is now a whole body. They will surely join hands. Qin Yun brought along Lan Suyao and walked toward the manor. This is the Weilong City's city master mansion. There were many people lining up in front of the main gate of the city lord's mansion. Qin Yun also learned that the city lord manor was recruiting soldiers. This is just as Ling Yun guessed. The Long family's people are becoming fewer and fewer. Qin Yun arrived at the entrance of the city lord's mansion and saw a middle-aged man wearing golden clothes. He has a fat head and big ears. His neck is very thick. He is walking back and forth with his hands behind his back. Many people are following behind him. He is walking back and forth at the entrance, looking at the people lining up. This middle-aged man is a martial king. He has a very insufferably arrogant appearance. He is looking at the people lining up with disdain. Why are these kinds of trash lining up? Could it be that they think it is so easy to become our Long family's branch family? That middle-aged man said very disdainfully, "City Lord, our conditions are too low. Originally, the family agreed to pay 5 million purple crystal coins a year, but you only took out 2 million to recruit people." An old man said in low voice, 2 million a year to recruit peak martial monarchs. Could it be that it is not enough? The city lord said with sneer. This is indeed a bit too little, that old man lightly sighed. At this time, the city lord glanced at Qin Yun and Lan Suyao. Lan Suyao is wearing blue clothes, her hair is tied up simply, and her face is covered with a veil. Her attire is very simple and plain, but her dark blue eyes are very eye-catching. After the Wei Long City Lord saw Lan Suyao, he walked over with a smile. Young lady, are you lining up to join our Long family? The city lord's gaze is filled with lewdness. He asked with wretched smile. Qin Yun promptly said, No, we are just passing by. The city lord looked at Qin Yun and saw that Qin Yun only has sharp Xian power. He is late-stage Xian martial realm. He disdainfully shouted, Damned follower, shut up. It is not your turn to speak here. The city lord's loud shout caused many people to look over. They all know that this city lord's conduct is very vile, so they're not surprised to see him like this. Shut up? Who do you think you are to make me shut up? Qin Yun said with sneer. He has changed his appearance. Even if the streets are filled with his portrait, no one can recognize him. Because I am a city lord. So long as you are in my city, if I tell you to eat shit, you will eat it. The city lord became even more furious and said in loud voice, Slap yourself? If I attack, I will smash your mouth. And if I don't listen to you, Qin Yun suddenly clenched his fists. The city lord looked at Lan Suyao and said, Beauty, your follower is very disobedient, but I will give you face and let him off. But you will have to come to my residence as a guest for a few days. Someone like you. Quickly take a dog piss and look at your own stupid face. You still want to chase after my family's Queen Suyao? Qin Yun said with sneer. Everyone inhaled a mouthful of cold air. Someone actually dares to curse the city lord like this. This is simply reckless. Lan Suyao is just calmly looking at this scene. Your follower is truly asking for a beating. The city lord immediately became furious. He looked at the old man beside him and said, Smash that brat's mouth. That old man is peak Xian martial realm. He walked over and took out an iron board. Apparently, it is specially used to slap people's mouth. After he walked over, he suddenly sensed that his body is not under his control. He raised the iron board, abruptly turned around, and smashed it on the city lord's face. Bang! The city lord's face shook from the slap. He is completely stupefied. Seeing this scene, everyone knows that the old man is not doing it on purpose. He is being controlled by someone. Everyone hurriedly dispersed. You dare hit me. The city lord looked at the old man and then looked at Qin Yun. I will hit you. I will hit you. Qin Yun ferociously punched and directly punched the city lord's nose. Ah! The city lord screamed miserably. Blood violently sprayed out of his nose. Provoking the city lord in front of everyone and even hitting him, there's only one person who can do this kind of thing. It is Qin Yun. Everyone immediately thought of this and moved further away. The group of people in the queue also suddenly dispersed. The city lord is not stupid. He knows that this guy is most likely Qin Yun. You are Qin Yun? You son of a bitch. The city lord furiously roared, took out a large saber, and chopped down. At this time, Lan Suyao's eyes emitted a burst of blue light, causing the city lord and the people rushing over to stiffen. Qin Yun's nether spirit sacred blade is filled with black gas. He chopped down on the city lord. The city lord screamed miserably. His soul has been devoured by the nether spirit's sacred blade. A city lord has been killed just like that. Everyone is dumbstruck. They thought that Qin Yun could kill those martial kings because they were completely defenseless. But the city lord clearly knows that it is Qin Yun, yet he is unable to resist. This caused everyone to suspect that Qin Yun has the strength of a martial king. City lord, the old man screamed in fear. Since he is your master, you should also accompany him. Qin Yun waved his saber, and again blood violently flew out. That old man has also been killed. Suddenly, a few formidable auras burst out from the city lord's mansion. Just as Qin Yun guessed, Long family also sent a few experts to keep watch. But there's still too few. The few Long family people who flew out are all martial kings. there's not even a single martial emperor. As soon as they came out, the spectators in the distance yelled in alarm. It is Long family's 5 dragon battle kings. They are all formidable middle-aged peak martial kings. These 5 martial kings are very famous in Long family. I heard that if they join hands, they can capture martial emperors. Qin is going to suffer a setback this time. He is truly stupid. He clearly knows that Long family will send people to keep watch. Yet he recklessly came to cause trouble. Those few martial kings Qin killed before were just noobs. And these 5 dragon battle kings are experienced in hundreds of battles. They are elites among martial kings, only half a step away from martial emperor. The spectators in the distance exclaimed in admiration at the 5 dragon battle kings' strength. These 5 dragon battle kings seem to be very strong. They are wearing purple gold battle armor. The purple gold battle saber in their hands is very large and very domineering. The saber hilt is carved with a dragon head, flickering with dazzling purple gold light rays, emitting the aura of Dao runes. 5 same Dao tool battle sabers, 5 sets of Dao tool battle armor. They seem to be brimming with power. This is also the reason why everyone thinks that Qin is finished. Because in terms of equipment, these 5 dragon battle kings far surpass Qin. Just some trash Dao tools that actually dare to show off. Qin lightly groaned and said, "Qin, today we will capture you alive and publicly execute you." A middle-aged man finished speaking. He ferociously rushed towards Qin and vigorously hacked down with a saber. The moment the purple gold saber was brandished, the dragon roar became real. It is as if a purple gold dragon is attached to the saber. It emitted a transparent purple gold dragon illusory image. Only one person came to attack Qin because they think that one martial king is enough to take down Qin. That martial king's saber was about to fall, but suddenly stopped. His body froze. Chapter 8:10. Attack on the Long family. Just as that martial king's body became sluggish, Qin's nether spirit sacred blade ferociously stabbed into that martial king's body like black lightning. From the side, it looked like a black lightning bolt had pierced through his body. Everyone is shocked seeing this. That martial king is wearing a Dao tool battle armor, but he was pierced by Qin's saber that is full of cracks. Shua! Qin's saber pressed down and split the martial king's body and purple gold armor in half. A peak martial king with shocking strength had died, just like that. Everyone sucked in a breath of cold air in fear. They couldn't help but tremble because this young man's strength had already exceeded the scope of their understanding. Naturally, they don't know that it is because Lan Suyao is beside him. Her 2 dreadful sacred eyes caused Qin to yearn endlessly. Let's go together. Those 4 Long family martial kings also sensed that something is wrong. Then they charged at Qin from 4 different directions. Lan Suyao's eyes shot out faint blue light and entered into the bodies of those 4 martial kings, causing their bodies to slowly stiffen and become sluggish. If she released a stronger blue light, she could turn people into blue statues. Of course, that kind of light is ineffective against Qin. Those 4 martial kings also saw Lan Suyao's beautiful dark blue eyes in an instant. They also know that these beautiful dark blue eyes are filled with dreadful power that can make their bodies stiffen. Xiao 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 xiao. Qin dodged 4 times and slashed 4 times, chopping the 4 martial kings in half at the waist. Although his nether soul sacred blade has cracks, it is still very easy for it to break those trash Dao tools. Those 4 martial kings are wearing purple gold battle armors. They look very powerful, but Qin can tell with a glance that they are only low-grade Dao runes carved on them. It's just that they look very exaggerated and pompous. That's why people are scared. The 5 dragon war kings, who have been praised to the skies by a group of people just now, had all been killed. Qin must have used a very strong body securing talisman. Alright, this guy is a very strong inscription master, and he has master body securing rune or something. Mother of asterisk Kerr, this kind of inscription master is cheating too much. Everyone immediately sighed with emotion. If they could master a good rune and carve a good talisman, They would be able to beat others to the point of questioning life in battle. Qin Yun put away the corpses. The Tao cores and martial spirits inside were useful to him. They could allow him to refine his soul. City Lord and 5 Dragon Battle Kings have been killed. This caused everyone in Wei Long City to panic. Now everyone knows that Qin Yun wants to exterminate the entire Wei Long City. Wei Long City immediately became noisy. Many people soared into the sky and flew towards the 4 huge city gates. Even though Wei Long City has a very strong barrier, it can only defend against attacks from outside. If someone attacks from inside, it is impossible to defend. In just a few moments, the Wei Long City is completely empty. Qin Yun clenched his fists tightly and let out a muffled roar. A powerful earthquake, divine ability power poured into the ground through his feet. Boom, boom, boom. The Wei Long City shook violently, and many buildings collapsed. Many people came out of the city and floated in the sky. They saw the huge city below has been turned into ruins in a short period of time. They're all incomparably scared. Qin Yun's earthquake divine ability power increased along with his cultivation. The vibration wave wreaked havoc on the ground, causing the earth to undulate up and down. The violent vibration wave split open the earth and turned the earth into a ferocious, surging wave. Wei Long City is shrouded in a thick layer of dust. The city walls and all the buildings inside have been completely destroyed. The barrier that cost a great amount of resources to build has also been destroyed. Qin Yun brought along Lan Suyao and flew away from the thick dust and began flying towards Wei Long Manor. This city is the face of Long family. It is their foundation. For many years, Long family has earned a great amount of purple crystal coins. But now it has been destroyed by a single person. Qin Yun destroyed Wei Long City. His next step is to destroy Wei Long Manor. Long family provoked Qin Yun, and now they are finally tasting the bitter fruit. Qin Yun was very weak back then. Long family did not expect that Qin Yun would grow up so fast. Should we go to Wei Long Manor to take a look? Let's go take a look. Witnessing the destruction of Long family. It is equivalent to witnessing history. A large group of people immediately became excited and discovered Wei Long Manor. Wei Long Manor is not far from here. The people inside Wei Long Manor must have heard about what happened in Wei Long City. Proud Star State's big shots found out that Long family's half-immortals and martial emperors were killed in front of Immortal Weapon City's gate. They thought that Immortal Weapon City wants to attack Long family, so they immediately rushed over to watch the show. Bao Changsho and the others originally wanted to go help Qin Yun, but they are worried that someone will come to disturb Immortal Weapon City while they are away, so they did not take action. They also know that with Lan Suyao's help, Qin Yun will surely be able to take down Long family. Jin family and Long family are sworn enemies. Jin family is very happy to see this kind of thing happen to Long family. Jin Shurtian and a group of people also promptly rushed over to watch the show. Grandfather, I heard that Medicine Immortal Valley, Yang family, Tian family, and Azure Flame Immortal Mountain are rushing over to reinforce Long family. Jian Nanhu said, when the time comes, should we help Immortal Weapon City? Jian Nanhu followed Jian Shurtian's group and flew in the sky, using their fastest speed to rush towards Wei Long Manor. Jian Shurtian said, let's see the situation first. Immortal Weapon City dares to attack Long family. They must have something to rely on. Moreover, they did not invite us. Grandfather, Spirit Desolate cannot have immortals. Why does Immortal Weapon City have an immortal? Could it be that they invited that immortal out? Jian Nanhu asked in shock. Immortal Weapon City has a special barrier that allows immortals to stay, but that immortal cannot leave Immortal Weapon Palace. Everyone knows about this matter. Jian Shurtian said, that is why that immortal cannot come out. At most, he can only protect the entire Immortal Weapon City. Qin Yun must have also gone this time. I wonder to what extent has he matured? Jian Nanhu is very much looking forward to it. Wei Long Manor's gate is carved with many golden dragon carvings. Under the illumination of 9 suns, golden light flickered. It is magnificent and gorgeous. Qin Yun and Lan Suyao arrived in front of the gate and saw a large group of people standing in front of Long family's gate. Xiao Yun, there are people from Xian domain, Ling Yuner said. A certain faction in Xian domain has very good relationship with Long family. Although many of them died in Taboo Ghost Town, there's still a few who stayed in Long family. Among the half-immortals from Soren Dragon State, there are 2 or 3 half-immortals here. Apart from them, other families and immortal sects also sent people to help. Weilong Manor's gate is originally a very large plaza. There's a huge dragon carving in the middle. Now Long family people are standing under the dragon carving. What they did not expect is that there are only 2 people who came to attack Weilong Manor, Qin Yun and a blue-clothed woman. At this time, hundreds of thousands of people from Weilong City have arrived. They are densely packed and floating in the sky far away, looking at Long family's imposing and luxurious gate and plaza. Is it really only Qin Yun and that woman? Someone doubtfully asked. I thought that on the road, other people from Immortal Weapon City would come to fight. Indeed, how can Qin Yun and that woman defeat so many people from Long family? Don't tell me they are here to beg for mercy. You must be joking, right? Qin Yun just destroyed Weilong City. Do you think he would do such a thing to beg for mercy? Quickly look, Jian Shitian and the others have arrived. Everyone abruptly looked towards the direction of the threatening sword energy. It is indeed Jian Shitian and a group of Jian family people. After Jian Shitian arrived, he immediately learned that Qin Yun single-handedly entered Weilong City, killed a few formidable martial kings, and then destroyed the entire Weilong City. Sectmaster, I don't know how strong that woman beside Qin Yun is. Even though she has been following Qin Yun, she has not taken action, a Jian family scout said. That woman, Jian Shirtan, looked at Lan Suyao from far away, and his pupils shrunk. He suddenly realized why only Qin Yun and that woman came. Because that woman is Lan Suyao. Jian Shitian is very clear about Lan Suyao's strength. Even if a half-immortal were to face her, they would be killed in a few moments. Lan Suyao's sacred eyes are truly heaven-defying. Grandfather, what is Qin Yun's current cultivation? He and a woman are preparing to challenge the entire Long family? Jian Nanhu looked at Qin Yun's back in amazement. Long family has many experts. There are people from Xian Domain and Soaring Dragon State. A Jian family old man said with frown. If we want to attack, we must be prepared for casualties. Jian Shitian let out a long sigh. Long family might be finished. Grandfather, is that woman an immortal? Jian Nanhu asked in shock. No, only an immortal can restrain her. Jian Shitian is not worried about Qin Yun. He is also very curious. Qin Yun and Lan Suyao have great conflict, yet they can actually join hands. This guy Qin Yun, how can he hook up with such formidable women? Jian Nanhu cannot help but curse in low voice. Ahu, this is the disparity between you and him. Jian Shitian shook his head and sighed. I am a proud and aloof swordsman. I don't need women. Jian Nanhu very disdainfully said. Sooner or later, I will defeat Qin Yun. Qin Yun and Lan Suyao are looking at the group of people ahead. They are very calm. Qin Yun, did you come alone? Where are Bao Changsho and the others? Are you all hiding? The person who spoke is an old man. He is wearing light golden armor. He is holding a dragon-carved walking stick in his hand. I alone am enough, Qin Yun said. Just the 2 of you? Don't talk about dealing with us. Even if you want to run, you won't be able to, that old man said with sneer. Other Long family people are also looking all around. They want to see if there are people from Immortal Weapon City lying in ambush. Returned Xiaofeng's dragon and phoenix martial spirit. Qin Yun looked at that old man and said in ice-cold voice, Long Xiaofeng is a member of our Long family. If we want her dead, she must die. Moreover, she colluded with outsiders and caused us to lose our sect protection, Heavenly Dragon. So what if we take away her dragon and phoenix martial spirit? And you, what qualifications do you have to take back her dragon and phoenix martial spirit? Chapter 811. Strongest Half Immortal? Losing Family Guardian Heavenly Dragon is a great humiliation to Long family. It must be known that every Long family in Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm has a family guardian heavenly dragon. Proudstar states Long family has lost one, and now it is unknown whether it is alive or dead. This will make them be ridiculed by other Long family. Long Xiaofeng's dragon martial spirit has dragon totem. It was carved by me. Qin Yun said in loud voice, I cannot let that dragon martial spirit with dragon totem fall into your hands. Hearing Qin Yun's words, everyone is shocked. Even those Long family half-immortals feel this is unexpected. Jian Shitian's brows are tightly creased because he knows that Jian Ruyan has sword totem on her body. Moreover, it suddenly appeared. Even though he discovered it, he did not ask her about it. Now he cannot help but suspect that it is highly possible that Qin Yun carved it on Jian Ruyan's martial spirit and body. Everyone knows that Qin Yun has dragon totem and gave it to Jian family. However, to carve totem on martial spirit, one must master soul, refining secret technique of soul refining masters. Every major faction has soul refining masters, but they are not proficient in Tao of inscription. Therefore, they have to cooperate with other inscription masters to refine souls. The efficiency is very low. And someone like Qin Yun, who is both a genius in inscription and a soul refining master in the entire Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm, is as rare as phoenix feather and unicorn horn. Long family people in this split-second wish that they could capture Qin Yun and carve dragon totem on every Long family member. That way they can obtain even stronger power. After Jian Shitian found out that Qin Yun is a soul refining master, he also took out his origin sword. Other Jian family half-immortals also immediately prepared for battle. Let me take action. They should be on guard against Jian family people. A red-robed, white-bearded old man slowly flew out and stood in front of Qin Yun and Lan Siyao. Senior, you must capture Qin Yun. The dragon totem that this guy grasps belongs to our Long family. He stole it from our Long family. An old man from the Long family said. Spectators all loudly cursed Long family for being shameless. Everyone knew that there were very few people who could grasp the dragon totem. It was simply difficult to steal it. Even among the Long family, there were not many who could grasp it. The Long family said this because they wanted to capture Qin Yun so that they could control Qin Yun, the soul refining inscription master. Although Lan Siyao grew up in the desolate domain, she knows how formidable inscription masters and soul refining masters are. For example, Old Turtle Immortal is an inscription master. He is respected by many people in the desolate domain. Even she had to be polite to that Old Turtle Immortal. That white-bearded old man seems to be very strong. His status is also very high. His expression is filled with contempt. He is looking at Qin Yun and Lan Siyao with contempt. He used an incomparably arrogant tone and said, Qin Yun, if you are willing to confess and become my slave, I will only put you under house arrest. I won't mistreat you, and I guarantee that you'll live a carefree life from now on. Old man, there's nothing for us to talk about. I'm not here to plead guilty or negotiate. I'm here to retrieve Xiaofeng's martial spirit. If you don't give it to me, I'll fight it out with you. Qin Yun said coldly. That Long family old man immediately shouted, Qin Yun, show some respect. Do you know who that senior is? He is Senior Zhao Yuchuan from Xian Domain. He is only one tribulation away from ascending to immortal. All the martial kings, martial emperors, and even half-immortals present are in an uproar. Their faces are filled with incomparable yearning and respect as they looked at that white-bearded old man, Zhao Yuchuan. Half-immortals have 7 tribulations. As long as they cross them, they can ascend to immortal and enter the immortal desolate. This also means that Zhao Yuchuan is the strongest human below immortal. He is a peak existence of half-immortal realm. Medicine Immortal Valley's half-immortal said, Qin Yun, you are being so disrespectful to a future immortal. Do you know what this means? Qin Yun said with sneer, the last tribulation of half-immortal is a heaven-defying tribulation. Let's talk about it after he crosses it. Many half-immortals have been turned into ashes by this tribulation. In my eyes, he is just a person who is about to die. His words caused many half-immortals to become silent. They are afraid. The reason why it is difficult for half-immortals to become immortals is because it is very difficult to overcome the fear in their heart. They don't dare to recklessly cross tribulation, otherwise they will die. Qin Yun's words are not without reason. Heaven-defying tribulation is very dreadful. Only 1 in 10,000 people can cross this tribulation. For several tens of thousands of years, many geniuses who were looked upon favorably by many people also had their souls fly away and scatter during the tribulation. Therefore, no matter how good their talent is, as long as they can't continue to live, they are not geniuses. There are many so-called geniuses. They are unable to cross 7th tribulation. Zhao Yuchuan looked at Qin Yun. The corner of his eyes slightly twitched. He is extremely furious in his heart because Qin Yun touched the thing he fears the most in his heart and poked at the sore spot in his heart. I gave you a chance. It is you who don't understand how precious it is. No matter how talented you are, today you will die in my hands. Zhao Yuchuan's furious voice spread out, causing the surrounding 10,000 li to tremble. The sound waves surged like thunder and rushed towards Qin Yun and Lan Suyao. Zhao Yuchuan only released his aura, and it is already so dreadful. This caused many half-immortals to be secretly shocked. Many half-immortals have just become half-immortals. They have not even crossed first tribulation. They also don't dare to cross tribulation. Therefore, compared to a 6th tribulation half-immortal, the difference in strength is too great. Zhao Yuchuan released his aura. His body flickered with light rays and suddenly rushed toward Qin Yun. At that moment, Qin Yun felt an incomparably boundless power enveloping him and Lan Suyao. The stone tiles around him and Lan Suyao crumbled and turned into dust. The earth also split open. The spectators on the distant sky, as well as Long family people, are all alarmed and envious. This kind of formidable power is exactly what they are pursuing. They immediately felt that it is a pity because Qin Yun is going to die. A soul-refining inscription master is incomparably precious. If they could control him and use him, they would obtain even stronger power. Zhao Yuchuan's incomparably formidable power caused everyone to feel fear. It is as if death is shrouding them. However, what caused everyone to be even more astonished is that Lan Suyao and Qin Yun are not the least bit afraid. Qin Yun is a person who has seen wind and waves. He met Xie Ying, Yu Yu, Bing Xing, Yao Feng, Ghost Dragon. All of them have strength that far surpasses immortals. Qin Yun is not the least bit afraid of Zhao Yuchuan's half-baked, immortal aura. Lan Suyao fought with Ghost Dragon before. She met someone even stronger than Zhao Yuchuan, so she is very calm. Qin Yun, I will give you one last chance. Submit to me and become my slave. Zhao Yuchuan's voice is like a great bell, shaking the heaven and earth. It is filled with intimidating aura. He is not completely muddle-headed from anger. He came from Xian domain. He is very clear about the importance of soul-refining inscription masters, let alone Qin Yun, who is a super genius who has mastered 2 inscription spirits. You are a guy who is about to die. Even if you become my slave, I will still disdain you. You actually want me to become your slave? Dream on. Qin Yun also loudly sneered and said. Everyone cannot understand where Qin Yun's courage comes from. He can actually say such provocative words at this kind of time. It is clear that he doesn't want Qin Yun to die quickly enough. You don't want to become my slave. You also don't want to die. I can only seal you and torture you to a point where you would rather die than live. Zhao Yuchuan furiously roared. The heaven and earth trembled. An imposing aura filled with might ferociously enveloped the area, transformed into a huge white palm, and slapped towards Qin Yun and Lan Suyao. Lan Suyao's body suddenly flickered with blue light. Boom! When the palm slapped down, it was suddenly jolted away. Lan Suyao and Qin Yun are fine. Everyone burst in a cry of alarm. They did not expect this woman to be so formidable. Zhao Yuchuan is also secretly apprehensive. He looked at Lan Suyao in surprise and then quickly rushed over. But just as he took 2 steps, his body became very sluggish. He looked at Lan Suyao's dark blue eyes and sensed a peculiar power rushing over and entering his body, causing his body to stiffen. Nether Spirit's sacred blade suddenly appeared in Qin Yun's hand. He saw Zhao Yuchuan's body become sluggish. He moved over in a flash, used his strongest power, and poured it into the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. Hula! Qin Yun brandished the saber and chopped down. It is as if space is being torn apart. It issued a burst of dreadful, sharp, whistling sound. It is as if evil spirits from 9 Underworld are screaming. Qin Yun's simple and neat saber chopped down and chopped Zhao Yuchuan's body into 2 pieces. Because this scene is too shocking, it caused everyone to feel as if time has frozen. They also received an incomparably formidable impact. Zhao Yuchuan, a half-immortal who has crossed 6 tribulations, has actually been chopped into 2 pieces. Hoo. After Qin Yun's saber chopped down, he quickly followed it up with a few more saber attacks, chopping Zhao Yuchuan into 8 pieces, his dismembered body scattered all over the ground. Before anyone could react, Qin Yun had already put away the dismembered corpse. Jian Shitian is firmly holding his origin sword. His palm is already sweating. He is afraid of Lan Suyao's dreadful sacred eye power. She can actually easily kill Zhao Yuchuan. Although he said before that only immortals can restrain Lan Suyao, he still doesn't believe it. Now he is thoroughly convinced that only immortals could defeat Lan Suyao. Long family people, as well as the big shots of Long Family Alliance, are trembling from head to toe in fear seeing this scene. Their incomparably revered Zhao Yuchuan was actually killed by Qin Yun, just like that. Just now, everyone saw that Lan Suyao used her technique. They just don't understand what method she used. Could it be that she is that Immortal Weapon Palace's Immortal Weapon Palace's mysterious Grand Elder? Didn't they say that Immortal cannot leave Immortal Weapon Palace? Once she leaves, she will enter Immortal Desolate. Maybe she has some method to suppress her cultivation. I heard that Grand Elder dotes on Qin Yun very much. No wonder they only sent 2 people. One of them is an immortal. The group of people who were watching from afar immediately burst into a clamor of surprised discussion. The group of people from the Long family were also scared silly. They are not sure whether or not Lan Suyao is Immortal Weapon Palace's Grand Elder. They only know that the Grand Elder is an immortal. Moreover, she is very beautiful. Chapter 8:12. Chapter 8:12. Immortal Dragon Deterrence. Long family people are all intimidated by Lan Suyao's strange power and sank into a short period of fear. It must be known that there are many people from other factions here who are only Long family allies. These Long family allies thought that Qin Yun's Immortal Weapon Palace would be easy to deal with. Because there is a formidable 6th tribulation half-immortal here, they thought that they could easily defeat Immortal Weapon City's people. There are not many people from Immortal Weapon City. Only Qin Yun and a mysterious and formidable woman have arrived. However, Lan Suyao's strength is as formidable as an immortal, causing Long family allies to feel fear. Everyone, we don't need to be afraid of them. That woman is not a true immortal. She only knows some formidable evil techniques. As long as we join hands and surround them from all sides, we will be able to capture them. That Long family old man said. Our Soren Dragon State also has a group of helpers on the way. They will arrive very soon. Everyone, don't be afraid of them. A middle-aged man shouted. Knowing that reinforcements have arrived, Long family allies felt a lot more relieved. Qin Yun is still not a martial king. He is only relying on that woman's help to easily succeed. If we rush over together, they won't be able to succeed. Unity is strength. The elder from the Long family shouted, encouraging the others and himself. After all these people have lived for many years, they can clearly see Lan Suyao's actual strength. According to their experience, Lan Suyao's strength is indeed very strong, but she has not reached Immortal Realm. Charge! Capture them. We have so many half-immortals and martial emperors. We will surely defeat them. Kill. The people of the Long family and their allies immediately cried out one after another. Heaven-shaking shouts caused the entire Wei Long mountain range to tremble. At this time, dozens of martial emperors and half-immortals released formidable aura at the same time. It is as if a transparent wave suddenly rippled out. The spectators on the distant sky feel that this scene is incomparably shocking. Even they want to participate in this battle. However, they also feel that this is somewhat ridiculous. Because Long family has so many people, with such imposing manner, they're only attacking 2 people. After Lan Siyao took a few steps, her blue sacred eyes flickered with blue light. If only we had that square eye, Ling Yuner said. Lan Siyao's square eyes was eaten by the ghost dragon. Qin Yun felt that it was a great pity. Even though she doesn't have the square eyes, her blue sacred pupils are still very powerful. The blue aurora they release is like a blue ocean wave, rushing towards the group of people in front. The group of people rushing over suddenly slowed down. Kill. The Nether Spirit's sacred blade in Qin Yun's hand is also trembling. Apparently, it is thirsting to devour a great amount of formidable souls. He charged into the crowd and started a massacre. Those people at the front are all martial emperors. Although they're wearing armor, they're like paper in front of the Nether Spirit's sacred blade. Qin Yun basically killed one with a single slash. Jian Shitian and the others also wanted to go down, but they know how dreadful that blue light is. Only Qin Yun is not afraid of that blue light. Qin Yun rushed in and was illuminated by the blue light, but he was not affected. This is also why Qin Yun did not let so many people come, because even if they came, it would not be easy for them to use it. It would be better to guard the immortal weapon city. Long family and Xian domain's strongest half-immortals did not charge. Instead, they are hiding at the back. The blue light released by Lan Siyao's sacred pupils enveloped the entire plaza in front of Wei Long Manor's gate. Even if some people did not rush over, they were still illuminated. Long family people still underestimated Lan Siyao's power. Medicine Immortal Valley's half-immortals, Azure Flame Immortal Mountain, Divine Inscription Palace, Tian family, Yang family, and other Long family allied forces half-immortals were killed by Qin Yun one by one. Their corpses were taken away by Qin Yun. Although Lan Siyao is just standing there motionless, she is the most dreadful, because the blue light released by her sacred pupils is like an incomparably formidable body-fixing technique. It can make people unable to budge. Every time the spectators saw a half-immortal being killed, they all let out excited and amazed cries. Because of this, unceasing shouts can be heard, causing the atmosphere of the scene to become even more boiling. Kill, 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 kill. Half-immortals and martial emperors are the strongest group of people in Spirit Desolate. Even though they are not many, they're the peak characters of Spirit Desolate. But now they were like chickens, killed with a single slash of a blade. This is also the most horrifying thing. The martial emperors and half-immortals that people yearn for endlessly are actually so weak. In front of formidable power, they will die just like ordinary people. In just a short period of time, the ground is filled with blood. Dense blood stench and illusory blue light enveloped the entire plaza. It is filled with death and miserable aura, yet it is beautiful and illusory. Shwa shwa shwa. Qin Yun's killing has not stopped. Those throwing knives he released are also frantically reaping the lives of those martial kings and martial monarchs. He urged Nether Moon to release formidable mental power, controlled the throwing knives, and pierced those martial monarchs and martial monarchs. Some of them have very strong armor. The throwing knives are unable to penetrate them. Qin Yun flew over and chopped them down. There is a majestic dragon sculpture in front of Wei Long Manor's gate. This dragon sculpture is completely covered in blood. The huge plaza has been dyed red. Martial monarchs and martial kings are enveloped by the blue light. They are unable to budge. Their lives have been reaped by Qin Yun. They wish they could kill Qin Yun, but now their lives have been taken by Qin Yun. Hand over Xiaofeng's martial spirit. Qin Yun's voice is filled with anger and killing intent. It shook the horizon all around, causing people's hearts to tremble. Long family and their allies have all died in battle. They originally gathered here to conspire on how to attack the Immortal Weapon City and destroy the entire Immortal Weapon City. But before they could attack, Qin Yun blocked the entrance and ruthlessly beat them up. Now, only a few Long family half-immortals and Xian domain people are left. They have greatly underestimated Lan Suyao's strength. They all thought that Lan Suyao's eyes can only deal with a few people. They did not expect that as long as they are enveloped by the blue light, they will be unable to budge. Qin Yun, there's so many people watching here. The matter of you killing our Xian domain seniors will surely be spread back. Our Xian domain sects are huge. It is not something you can imagine. An old man from the profound domain spoke with a threatening tone. However, there was fear in his eyes. You're right. Xian domain's strength is very strong. There are many sects inside. However, Qin Yun doesn't care about that. He brandished his saber and chopped. Those few Xian domain half-immortals have also been chopped to death by Qin Yun. Qin Yun bitterly hates these Xian domain people. Their goal in coming to the Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm is to join hands with the Long family to create chaos in the Ordinary Realm. They want to prevent the Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm from attacking the Xian domain and even control the Ordinary Realm. Now, only Long family people are left. Speak. Where's Xiaofeng's martial spirit? Qin Yun placed his saber on that old man's neck and shouted, You want to take back Long Xiaofeng's dragon and phoenix martial spirit? Stop dreaming. We already sent it to Soaring Dragon State. If you have the guts, go to Soaring Dragon State's Long family headquarters and snatch it. Ha ha ha. That old man finished speaking. His body suddenly swelled up. He actually wants to self-detonate. If a half-immortal self-detonate, the power will be very dreadful. Qin Yun promptly slashed a few times. After killing that old man, he placed the second pearl of the Nine-Sun Divine Soul. It is used to store corpses. After Qin Yun killed that old man, a furious dragon roar suddenly arrived from the distance. Hoo-hoo! A burst of gale swept over, causing a commotion among the people. They all looked towards the direction of the dragon roar. They saw golden light flickering over there. Golden clouds surged. 1,000-meter-long golden dragon soared up and released a burst of ear-shaking roar. It rushed over in a domineering manner. Soaring Dragon State's reinforcements have arrived, but they are too late. Not all Long family people have been killed. Only their strongest half-immortals, martial emperors, martial kings, and martial monarchs have been killed. There are still many small fries inside the Wei Long Manor. They are filled with fear. Soaring Dragon State's reinforcements are also from Long family. Moreover, they have brought along a mighty and huge golden dragon. There were many people here who had lived for many years but had never seen a living dragon. Now they have finally seen one. They're also shocked by the strength of that dragon. Grandfather, how strong is that dragon? Jian Nanhu asked. Very strong, very strong. Even if we go all out, it will be very difficult to capture it. Jian Shitian is now somewhat worried about Qin Yun and Lan Suyao. After Soaring Dragon State's Long family people arrived, they also arrived inside the Wei Long Manor. Very soon they found out about Qin Yun and Lan Suyao's massacre at the entrance. Although there are only 3 people, they are all half-immortals. They flew up from the ground, arrived in the sky, and landed on the huge dragon head. They are looking at Qin Yun and Lan Suyao from the sky. Qin Yun, you killed so many of our Long family people. Even if you die 1,000 times, 10,000 times, you will not be able to pay it off. We will capture you and torture you for the rest of your life. We will make you spend the rest of your life in pain. An old man standing on top of the dragon head shouted in a voice filled with anger. Long Xiaofeng's dragon martial spirit has a dragon totem carved by me. Whoever took away her martial spirit, I will kill them. Your Long family took away her martial spirit and have no intention of returning it. I can only exterminate your Long family. Qin Yun is filled with resentment and anger towards Soaring Dragon State's Long family. Because Zi Qingsheng and Shui Tianzi have been cursed by Soaring Dragon State's Long family. Lan Suyao's expression is as cold as frost, incomparably cold. Ha ha ha. You want to exterminate our Long family? Truly too naive. Our Soaring Dragon State's Long family is the strongest faction in the entire ordinary realm. Don't think that only your immortal weapon city has immortals. Our Soaring Dragon State's Long family is overseen by immortal dragons. Even if immortals come, they can only become food for our immortal dragons. That old man proudly laughed and said. Chapter 8:13. Final Tribulation. Although this golden dragon is not an immortal dragon, it is still very dreadful. If it is a true immortal dragon, its strength can be well imagined. Qin Yun heard that Soaring Dragon State's Long family has an immortal dragon and cannot help but become very excited. Yang Yang is a divine beast, 9th heaven Xian sparrow. In its initial stage, it needs to eat a great amount of powerful beast meat to quickly grow up. After Mo ate the dragon, she has been sleeping and growing up. Once she wakes up, she will need to eat a great amount of meat again. Qin Yun killed the Long family's dragon before and collected a lot of dragon meat, but it is not enough for Yang Yang to eat. If he can get his hands on the Long family's immortal dragon, Qin Yun will not need to worry anymore. Qin Yun, you have caused enough trouble. We will make you completely submit to us. The old man finished speaking, and the golden dragon opened its mouth. Everyone thought that the dragon would spit out energy attack from its huge mouth, but it is actually sucking in air. Woo woo woo. Burst of bird cries resounded. A great amount of things on the ground rushed into the dragon's mouth. The huge dragon is now sucking in air. Large amount of stone bricks on the plaza have suddenly been lifted up and entered the dragon's mouth. In a blink of an eye, the plaza in front of Wei Long Manor's gate has been changed beyond recognition. Lan Suyao pulled Qin Yun and floated in the air, resisting the dragon's suction power. A great amount of soil on the ground is also being sucked up. Not long after, the plaza in front of Wei Long Manor's gate has become a huge pit. The golden dragon has eaten a great amount of soil. It is like a bottomless pit. Qin Yun and Lan Suyao are also very awesome. They have not been eaten by the dragon, even after being attacked like this. Wei Long Manor is protected by a barrier. It has not been affected. The 3 half-immortals standing on the dragon's head also began to feel that Qin Yun and Lan Suyao are not easy to deal with. If it was before, they would have easily sucked half-immortals into the dragon's stomach. There is a space inside the dragon's stomach. People who are sucked and will be sealed inside that space. Roar. The golden dragon is very angry. It let out a furious roar and increased its suction power. Qin Yun also discovered that the spiritual energy around him is frantically rushing into the dragon's mouth. Lan Siyao pulled Qin Yun and bit by bit got away from the dragon's devouring range. Qin Yun took this opportunity to throw all the people inside the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron into the second pearl of the 9-sun divine soul. He let Yao Fong kill them and take out the half-immortal life crystals and martial emperors and martial kings Dao cores. Only the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron could deal with that golden dragon. Lan Xiao's sacred pupil is also continuously releasing blue light, but it is being absorbed by the golden dragon, causing the sacred pupil's power to be unable to condense together. Qin Yun, do you have a way to block that dragon's mouth? Lan Suyao asked Qin Yun through sound transmission. Yes. Qin Yun soared into the sky with the heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron to block the dragon's mouth. The golden dragon is very strong. It is a half-immortal. Soaring Dragon State's people know that Lan Suyao has this kind of strange blue light. They are very cautious and don't dare to act recklessly. They also feel that this kind of continuous absorption is the safest method. Lan Suyao pulled Qin Yun to resist the swallowing power. She must use very strong power to resist. It consumed a lot of her energy. If this continued, they would definitely be sucked in. Qin Yun suddenly took out the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron. Under his control, the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron suddenly became very big. The Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron was immediately sucked in and stuck in the dragon's mouth. The soaring dragon states, 3 half-immortals did not expect this. The spectators at the distance also exclaimed in admiration again and again. One could clearly see the Heavenly Lion Dragon suppressing cauldron stuck in its throat when it opened its mouth. Soaring Dragon states, half-immortals immediately became very anxious. At this time, Lan Suyao also flew to the sky. "Quickly run," a half-immortal shouted. But just as he finished shouting, a burst of blue light enveloped them. The 3 half-immortals of the Soaring Dragon state, who just ran away, suddenly stopped in the sky. Even the golden dragon has been stopped by the blue light. Qin Yun promptly controlled the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron to become small and flew out. The Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron flew out from the golden dragon's throat and rose to the sky. Then the mouth of the cauldron faced the golden dragon and suddenly became very big. The golden dragon let out a furious roar and was sucked in a mountain like Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron. Those people at the distance opened their eyes wide in shock. Their eyeballs almost popped out. They all thought that Qin Yun's cultivation is so low that it is impossible for him to capture the Wei Long Manor's heavenly dragon. Now they saw with their own eyes that the incomparably formidable golden dragon was taken away by the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron. They all believed that the Wei Long Manor's heavenly dragon was taken away by Qin Yun. The Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron gradually became smaller and returned to Qin Yun's hand. The Soaring Dragon states, 3 half-immortals are all dumbfounded. Although they're Soaring Dragon states, Long family raises a few dragons. The rest are all young dragons. Although they have a formidable immortal dragon, it is very arrogant. Normally, it is very difficult to ask it to come out no matter what happens. And this golden dragon is the only one they can bring out to fight everywhere. But now it has been taken away by Qin Yun. Qin Yun did not expect that the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron would be so good at eating, it actually managed to snatch away a golden dragon. He now understands why, when the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron appeared, a dragon did its utmost to prevent others from obtaining it. It is because the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppression Cauldron is too dreadful, it can completely restrain formidable dragons. Soaring Dragon states, 3 half-immortals are extremely angry, but their bodies are enveloped by the blue light, and they are unable to budge. Qin Yun's mood is very good after capturing the golden dragon. He flew over, killed those 3 half-immortals with a few saber strikes, and then took away their corpses. Everyone doesn't know why Qin Yun took away the corpses, but they all feel that taking away corpses after killing people is a very good habit. Soaring Dragon states, half-immortals and formidable golden dragons have all been defeated. This caused the entire Wei Long Manor to sink into incomparable fear. The Wei Long Manor suddenly trembled. Someone opened the barrier protecting the manor. As soon as the barrier opened, a large group of people ran away like frightened mice. This luxurious and ancient manor became completely empty in a short period of time. All the people inside have run away. Everyone sighed endlessly looking at this scene. They did not expect that they would be able to witness the destruction of Proud Star State's Long family with their own eyes. They're looking at Qin Yun and Lan Suyao in the sky. They feel that they are very mysterious and dreadful, especially Lan Suyao. She did not say anything, but her pair of dark blue eyes possess heaven-defying power. It can make people unable to budge. Qin Yun looked at the empty Wei Long Manor below and sighed in his heart because he was unable to take back Long Xiaofeng's martial spirit. Long Xiaofeng's dragon martial spirit has dragon totem carved on it. It is an incomparably precious martial spirit, and it has already been delivered to Soaring Dragon State's Long family. Luckily, Lan Suyao also wants to go to Soaring Dragon State. Qin Yun felt a lot relieved thinking about Lan Suyao's help. Lan Suyao's formidable blue sacred eyes are comparable to many half-immortals. Lan Suyao's expression suddenly changed. Queen Xiao, what is it? Qin Yun asked. I have run into trouble. Quickly run away. Lan Xiao said in deep voice. I won't run, Qin Yun promptly said. What kind of trouble is it? Who can cause trouble for you in spirit desolate? I feel that my tribulation is coming. My seventh tribulation, heaven-defying tribulation, Lan Xiao said in cold voice. Qin Yun is immediately stunned. Lan Xiao's seventh tribulation is coming. It means that once she crosses it, she will have to go to immortal desolate. Queen Xiao, then how are you going to go to soaring dragon state with me? Qin Yun cannot help but feel depressed. I don't know, I am sorry. Lan Xiao looked at the sky. Her expression is grave. Qin Yun recalled that when he refined Dao Lord Inscription Spirit, it seems like he also attracted heaven-defying tribulation. He promptly asked Yao Fong inside Nine Sun Divine Soul's third pearl, Sister Yao Fong, Lan Xiao's heaven-defying tribulation is coming. Can she go to your place to hide? No way. If she comes in, the one crossing tribulation will be you. With your current cultivation, facing heaven-defying tribulation, you will die for sure. Yao Fong is also amazed. She said in urgent voice. You should quickly get away from her. Then, why did Dao Lord Inscription Spirit work last time? Qin Yun asked. Lan Xiao is a person. Dao Lord Inscription Spirit is a spirit body. It is not the same. The heaven-defying tribulation triggered by the spirit body is only symbolic. You should quickly get away from her. Yao Fong urged. Quickly get away from her. Lan Xiao promptly grabbed Qin Yun, released formidable power, and vigorously threw Qin Yun to a distant place. At the same time, a black cloud suddenly appeared in the sky. Rumble. Violent thunder filled with baleful aura flickered like a huge mountain and enveloped Lan Xiao. Other half-immortals saw this scene, and their faces turned pale in fright. Qin Yun quickly run. Jin Shitian pulled Qin Yun and Jian Nanhu and promptly flew away. This is heaven-defying tribulation. Quickly run. Vile woman, you are about to cross tribulation. Why are you running around? This will cause people to die. Did you see? Those half-immortals are so scared that their souls flew away and scattered. They're even more scared than us. You don't know. Those half-immortals are suppressing their cultivation. They are afraid of attracting tribulation. But now they are so close to the heaven-defying tribulation. It is very easy for them to trigger their own tribulation. While a large group of people are flying away, they cannot help but look behind them. This piece of land is already shrouded in black clouds. But the place where Lan Xiao is, the violent blue thunder and lightning are dropping down like a waterfall. They're sending out violent and ferocious air waves, destroying all the big and small mountains in the vicinity. Dense and thick thunder and lightning are filled with death and destruction aura. They're frantically smashing down. It is as if they want to pierce through the earth. It is extremely dreadful. Those half-immortals and martial emperors in the distance sense this dreadful energy aura. Their hearts are madly thumping in fear. This is the might of the seventh tribulation. Too dreadful that woman can actually endure until now. If it were me, I would have been blasted into dregs. As long as she is not dead, the heaven-defying tribulation will not disperse. I originally wanted to cross the second tribulation, but now it seems like I should forget about it. Many half-immortals are filled with fear, looking at the exploding blue light rays in the distance. They sighed and said, Lan Xiao cannot accompany Qin Yun to soaring dragon state. Although Qin Yun is somewhat gloomy, he is now even more worried about Lan Xiao's safety. Chapter 814. Mystery of Sacred Pupil. Qin Yun is very worried about Lan Xiao. Her injuries have just healed, and now she is facing such a dangerous challenge. On top of that, she must have consumed a lot of energy to deal with those people. Jian Shitian and others' expression are grave. Fear flickered in their eyes because the tribulation power ahead is truly too dreadful. Qin Yun asked in low voice, Sword Sect Master, What do you know about this heaven-defying tribulation? He remembers that when he refined Tao Lord Inscription Spirit, it also triggered a heaven-defying tribulation. But compared to the tribulation power triggered by Lan Suyao, it was much weaker. Different people trigger different half-immortal tribulation. Some people have good luck and trigger very weak half-immortal tribulation. And Lan Suyao's half-immortal tribulation should be the strongest kind. Jin Shirtian said. Strongest? Qin Yun looked at the distance in amazement. Those light curtains are unceasingly falling down. Those light screens were formed by the combination of thunder and lightning. This is what I determined according to the records in ancient books. Ancient books have recorded the might of some heaven-defying tribulation. They also have detailed descriptions of it. But there has never been a situation like Lan Suyao's. Jin Shirtian let out a long sigh and said, Lan Suyao is indeed very strong. She can actually resist for so long. Qin Yin thought that Lan Suyao's cultivation is not very high. He did not expect that she is actually peak half-immortal. Xiao Yun, Lan Suyao has sacred pupil. It can make her body very strong and has very strong recovery power. She can endure for so long. It means that she can certainly endure until the end. Ling Yuner said, Tribulation thunder did not stop at the distance. It kept falling down unceasingly. So much energy is provided by the heaven and earth to condense into tribulation thunder. 2 hours passed by. The black clouds shrouding the sky also gradually dissipated. Tribulation thunder wreaked havoc on the ground, finally calmed down. The place where the tribulation is happening is still shrouded in thick smoke and dust. That smoke and dust was suddenly blown away by a burst of gale. It is Qin Yun who rushed over. Weilong Manor and the mountains in the vicinity have completely disappeared. Moreover, there is an incomparably huge crater on the ground. Spectators at the distance repeatedly exclaimed in admiration. A faint blue light flickered above the pit. Qin Yun rushed into the blue light and saw Lan Suyao riddled with scars. Her clothes have already been destroyed. Her injured body is quickly recovering, becoming fair and sparkling and translucent. Light blue immortal energy lingering around her body. Lan Suyao is also very weak now, but she can open her eyes and look at Qin Yun. Xiaoyan, take this opportunity to hug her and then touch her. Ling Yun hurriedly urged. I won't do it. If she gets angry and kills me with one palm, you will also be finished. Qin Yun said to Ling Yun in a bad mood. Qin Yun took out a set of blue clothes, walked over, and covered Lan Suyao's body. Queen Suyao, congratulations on crossing heaven-defying tribulation. Qin Yun very carefully helped her wear clothes. The people outside could only see a ball of blue light and couldn't see what was going on inside. Lan Suyao is too lazy to move. She let Qin Yun help her wear clothes. While Qin Yun was helping, he accidentally bumped into Lan Suyao, but she did not react at all. She doesn't seem to care at all. Qin Yun, I will recover very soon. At that time, I will be sucked into a mortal desolate. Lan Suyao finally spoke. Her dark blue beautiful eyes are filled with reluctance. I am sorry. I cannot accompany you to Soaring Dragon State. You must help Qin Sheng and Tianzi remove their curse. They are my friends. Even if you didn't say anything, I would still help them. Qin Yun nodded. You should also be careful. It would be best if you increase your cultivation first. Lan Suyao warned. She is also very helpless. She really did not expect that she would suddenly trigger half-immortal tribulation. Qin Yun's brows are creased. He asked with a doubtful expression, Suyao, why are you so good to Sister Steam Bun and Sister Shui? You just met them not long ago. Because they are my disciples. I accepted them as my disciples, but I did not fulfill my responsibility as a master. I feel very guilty in my heart. Lan Suyao let out a long sigh and said, Maybe I should not have accepted them as disciples. They will surely hate me in the future. Relax, I understand them. Wait until they get better. They will also acknowledge you as their master. Qin Yun looked at Lan Suyao's clothes that are falling open and then promptly helped her pull them up. You are really something. Why don't you care that I am looking at you? Qin Yun curled his lips and said, My sacred eyes cannot turn you into stone. Do you know why? Lan Suyao said, I don't know. Qin Yun suspects that it is because of that strange blood. Then he told Lan Suyao about it. It has nothing to do with that strange blood. Lan Suyao said, her complexion also gradually became rosy. Then what is it related to? Qin Yun suddenly became very curious. I don't know. Lan Suyao put on Qin Yun's clothes. Although it is men's clothing, it is very fitting. She tied up her messy hair. The immortal power released from her body became stronger and stronger. Suyao, go to Immortal Desolate and find a woman called Yu Yu. Then tell her that you are my friend. Qin Yun suddenly recalled Yu Yu and said again, She owes me something. You will be unfamiliar with Immortal Desolate. You can rely on her for a period of time. All right. Lan Suyao nodded her head. At this moment, space ripples gradually appeared around her body. Her body also distorted along with the space ripples and then disappeared without a trace. At this time, Jian Shitian and others also flew over. Those half-immortals don't dare to approach. They are worried that tribulation thunder will suddenly jump out. Jian Shitian and others only dared to come over after they saw the blue light ball disappear. She succeeded. A Jian family half-immortal is incomparably envious. She went to Immortal Desolate. I did not expect that in my lifetime I would be able to personally see someone cross heaven-defying tribulation. This might not be of any help to me. It will let us know how rich the strongest seventh tribulation is. Being able to watch someone cross tribulation is also a great harvest. Jin family half-immortals all sighed with emotion. Jian Nanhu looked at Qin Yun and asked, Qin Yun, do you still plan to go to Soaring Dragon State? Qin Yun shook his head. Not for now. He wants to increase his cultivation first. After all, Lan Suyao is no longer accompanying him. He must consider many aspects. Let's go. I will send you back to Immortal Weapon Palace. Jian Shitian said. Proud Star State's long family has been destroyed. Many half-immortals have died. Even Xian Domain's 6 tribulation half-immortals have been killed. What caused people to be most alarmed is that Soaring Dragon State's Golden Dragon was taken away by Qin Yun using Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. This series of events shook the entire Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm, like a violent gale and torrential rain, swept through all the major cities of the Ordinary Realm. In a short few days, Wei Long Manor's events have spread throughout the entire Spirit Desolate Ordinary Realm. Many people now know about it. Now it is certain that Proud Star State is now completely under the control of Jian Family Alliance. Soaring Dragon State's Long Family Headquarters is also incomparably furious. Their losses are very great, not to mention losing a formidable dragon. Even a very strong branch has been destroyed. Jian Family's power has finally ruled the entire Proud Star State. Long Family has also gathered all the power of other states and gathered them in Soaring Dragon State's Long Family Headquarters. Although Lan Suyao has gone to Immortal Desolate, Long Family is still very worried that Qin Yun will bring formidable people to attack. Moreover, Long Family is also worried that Jian Family and their alliance will attack Soaring Dragon State. If Soaring Dragon State is captured by Jian Family, it means that Jian Family will be able to dominate the entire Ordinary Realm. At that time, Jian Family's next move will be to join forces with Ordinary Realm's power and attack Xian Domain. This is what Xian Domain's factions are most worried about. That is why Xian Domain sent people to suppress Jian Family's expansion. Qin Yun is inside the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall, soaking in the Immortal Pool and looking at Bing Xing, who is sitting beside the pool. Bing Xing's pair of slender and beautiful jade-like legs are soaking in the Immortal Pool. Her sparkling and translucent lotus feet are gently swaying. She lightly sighed and said, Suyao triggered heaven-defying tribulation. It really surprised me. Sister Bing Xing, did Suyao have a past life? Qin Yun asked. No. Bing Xing shook her head and said in soft voice, but her sacred eyes are very awesome. How awesome are they? Qin Yun promptly asked. Sacred eyes are part of sacred body. I don't know how she can have those sacred eyes. You should have also seen how dreadful those sacred eyes are. Bing Xing said. Qin Yin cannot help but recall the blue light released by Su Yao and said again, Sister Bing Xing, her sacred eyes' power has no effect on me. What is going on? Although he was almost turned into a blue stone statue by Lan Suyao before, he doesn't know if it is because of that strange blood he was no longer affected by Lan Suyao's sacred eyes. She also told me about this matter. Bing Xing suddenly sank into contemplation. Sister Bing Xing, do you know something? Qin Yun saw Bing Xing's expression, hastily swam over, grabbed Bing Xing's leg and asked. Bing Xing lightly groaned and kicked Qin Yun to the side of the pool. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, Sister Bing Xing, your attitude towards Queen Siyao is very different. There must be some secret behind this. Bing Xing said, I am only speculating for now. I suspect that you gave her sacred eyes. Your past life went to the Nether Moon Desolate Domain in ancient era and left behind Moon Lady inscription spirit there. Therefore, I think that your past life also went to the Taboo Ghost Town's desolate domain and gave Suyao a pair of sacred eyes. Qin Yun opened his mouth wide in amazement and said, This is impossible, right? Lan Suyao is very old. She must have received your sacred eyes when she was born. The reason why you're not affected by the sacred eyes is because the sacred eyes discovered that your soul is very similar to your past life's master. Bing Xing said again, How could my past life have sacred eyes? Qin Yun promptly shook his head. You hid many things from us in your past life. Even Yuelon and others don't know about it. Bing Xing said again. Qin Yun suddenly feels that his past life is plotting some heaven-shaking conspiracy. Sister Bing Xing, long family people might come to cause trouble outside the city. You should scare them. Qin Yun crawled out of the immortal pool and put on his clothes. Then what are you going to do next? Prepare to enter seclusion cultivation? Bing Xing asked. Chapter 8:15. Accepting disciple. The Xian Ascension Dao Rune Qin Yun obtained can help increase Xian martial realm cultivation. As for the specific effect, he doesn't know. If you need any guidance, you can come find me at any time. Bing Xing said. After Qin Yun left the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall, he arrived at the Lawkeeper Hall. Granny Ma told him before that he should move to the Lawkeeper Hall. The Lawkeeper Hall is a very large courtyard. There are many large and small courtyards here. Qin Yun's current courtyard is located in the northern part of the Lawkeeper Hall. It is also a very large courtyard. There is a 6-story pagoda in the courtyard. It is Jian Linglong's Linglong Pavilion. He followed Granny Ma here and saw a lovely young girl wearing white skirt playing with mud in the courtyard. She is playing very seriously. This young girl is Lu Jingming. She saw Qin Yun arrive and very happily shouted, Big Brother Yun. Qin Yun walked over, caressed Lu Jingming's lovely white and tender little face, and said with smile, Jingming, do you also live here? After Lu Jingming washed her hands, she very happily pulled Qin Yun into the house and said, Big Brother Yun, me, Sister Linglong, and Sister Ruyan will all live here. Granny Ma said that you will also live here in the future, right? I will live here for a period of time. Qin Yun feels that by staying together with Jian Linglong, he will have a helper in tool refining. Jian Linglong came out of secret room. She is wearing fiery red clothes. After seeing Qin Yun, she said with smile, Qin Yun, Mingming is very happy to know that you are staying here. After Granny Ma and Jian Linglong greeted each other, they left. Where is little sister Yin? Why don't I see her? Qin Yun said with smile. She is in seclusion. This girl said that she must catch up to you. Jian Linglong said, I'm also preparing to go cultivate. Seeing Big Brother Yun, I can happily cultivate. Lu Jingming is very happy to be together with Qin Yun. Qin Yun is also very fond of this cute and pure little sister. He even gave her some fruits to eat. Jian Linglong usually gives pointers to Lu Jingming in tool refining or cultivation. Sometimes, she also brings Lu Jingming to the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall to be given pointers by Bing Xing. Therefore, Lu Jingming's growth speed is also very fast. Sister Linglong, what is the use of the sun rune that I drew from the sword martial inscription competition? Qin Yun curiously asked. That sun rune is very useful. Simply put, it can increase the speed of absorbing 9 sun spiritual energy. When Jian Linglong spoke about the sun rune, she immediately became excited. Following that, she told Qin Yun many things regarding the usage of the sun rune. The sun rune that could increase the absorption rate of the 9 suns spiritual energy had a wide range of uses. It could be used to set up a barrier or carved on a magic treasure. Accelerating the absorption of 9 suns spiritual energy meant that he could quickly replenish his energy. Many array formations and magic treasures had runes that could absorb the 9 suns spiritual energy, but they were all relatively ordinary. If it was a sun rune, then the absorption of 9 suns spiritual energy would definitely be faster. Soon after, Jian Linglong and Qin Yun chatted about the Xian Ascension Dao rune. This was something Qin Yun was very concerned about. Sister Linglong, do you think it is possible for me to enter peak Xian martial realm by relying on Xian Ascension Dao rune? Qin Yun asked. It is possible, but I am not sure how long it will take to break through. Theoretically speaking, the function of Xian Ascension Dao rune is to release energy that is useful to Xian martial realm martial monarchs. It can help Xian martial realm people increase their cultivation. Jian Linglong said, I will rest first. Qin Yun thought about it and decided to try using Xian Ascension Dao rune to assist his cultivation. However, he needs to refine a tool. Before refining, he wants to properly rest for 2 days and then start with Jian Linglong. Jian Linglong doesn't have many good Dao runes. Therefore, after she obtained the Dao rune in the inscription competition, she started studying it as soon as she has time. Moreover, she has Dao Lord inscription spirit, so she has rich experience in this aspect. Qin Yun returned to his room, took out the immortal graveyard diagram, and dripped a drop of blood on it. After a while, Xie Qiru's voice suddenly appeared in Qin Yun's mind. Sister Qiru, I have encountered a lot of things recently, so I did not contact you. Qin Yun said because Xie Qiru wants him to go find the Nether Sun Spirit. What kind of things have you encountered? Tell me. Xie Qiru also wants to know Qin Yun's situation. Soon after, Qin Yun and Xie Qiru talked about many things. For example, Long Shenquang being possessed by evil god, him entering the taboo ghost town, Lan Suyao's sacred eyes, and some other things. Evil god's devil horn is with Sister Yao Fong. She said that she wants to properly research it. I don't know what she will find. Qin Yun said, the evil god's devil horn is with her for the time being. If you take it out, evil god might sense it and bring you a lot of trouble. Xie Qiru said, she is very shocked after listening to Qin Yun's story. Sister Qiru, what kind of guy is that evil god? He can actually become so strong after possessing a person's body. Qin Yun said, he is a very strong guy. He is everywhere. Naturally, it won't be easy for him to retaliate against you. You don't need to worry about this matter. Xie Qiru said with smile, Xiao Yun, are you getting along well with Bing Xing and Yao Fong? Not bad, Qin Yun said. Yao Fong is inside the 9 Sun Divine Soul's 3rd pearl. Qin Yun feels a lot more at ease. Qin Yun also doesn't know when he will be able to open the 4th pearl. According to Yao Fong, to open the 4th pearl, breaking through in cultivation is not enough. He also needs to improve in other aspects. Sister Qiru, what's going on with Suyao's sacred eyes? Sister Bing Xing said that it is highly possible that they were given to her by my past life. Qin Yun curiously asked, wait until we go to Immortal Desolate. We will naturally understand. Xie Qiru said, Xiao Yun, since you want to go to Soaring Dragon State, then don't go look for Nether Sun Spirit first. Wait until your matter is settled. It is not good to drag on that curse for too long. We must quickly help those 2 girls remove the curse. Qin Yun also has this plan. He asked, Sister Qiru, if we want to capture an immortal dragon, how do we capture it? If Soaring Dragon State's long family truly has an immortal dragon, even someone who just became immortal would find it difficult to defeat it. If you want to capture that immortal dragon, first you must injure it and then use the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. Xie Qiru said, A3. It seems like it will be very difficult to capture that immortal dragon. Qin Yin feels that it is somewhat regretful. If you really want to capture that immortal dragon, you can ask Ume for help. Siakaru said with smile. Ume's past life was very good at capturing dragons. Qin Yin did not expect that Xiao Ume would have this kind of ability. All right, I will go find her, Qin Yin said. Qin Yin and Siakaru cut off communication and went to rest. Next morning, Qin Yin woke up and went to find Jian Linglong. Let's go. We will go refine tools to assist Xian martial realm cultivation, Jian Linglong said with smile. This is also what Qin Yin agreed with her. Jian Linglong is a martial emperor. She has a lot of refining materials. With her strength, the materials she can refine are also very good. They can allow people to refine even better Dao tools. You just help from the side. I will finish the main task. Jian Linglong took out a large pile of materials. They're all snow white long bricks. Qin Yin went over and knocked on those long bricks and asked, "What are these things?" "This is a king-tier material, Vajra King Jade," Jian Linglong said somewhat proudly. "When I was in the Sword Immortal Pavilion, although I didn't get any good Dao runes, I was still able to get this kind of good material." The Sword Immortal Pavilion often gave Jian Linglong many good materials to keep her. Qin Yin said with somewhat embarrassed smile, "Sister Linglong, I made you spend a lot of money." Jian Linglong pinched Qin Yin's face and said with smile, "Xiao Yun, why are you being so polite with me?" The biggest advantage of this Vajra King Jade is that it can store a lot of energy. Tools to assist other people's cultivation need to store a lot of energy. Qin Yin nodded and said, "This kind of material is definitely not easy to refine, right?" Jian Linglong said, "If it was in the Sword Immortal Pavilion, it would be somewhat difficult, but it is different here. Immortal Weapon City has a lot of immortal origins. They can condense very strong immortal flame, and it is relatively easy to refine. Jian Linglong's pagoda is also in a position where it can absorb a large amount of immortal energy from immortal origin. She took out a cauldron. Inside the secret room, she can directly absorb immortal energy from immortal origin into the cauldron. Xiao Yun, this cauldron is carved with 9 condensing sun rune. Now it can also absorb 9 types of immortal energy," Jian Linglong said. Qin Yin also suddenly sensed that the cauldron is burning with intense immortal flame. Jian Linglong began putting the Vajra King Jade inside. Qin Yin is only watching from the side. He can't help much in refining this kind of material. Under the burning of the immortal flame, the Vajra King Jade very quickly melted and softened. Jian Linglong also took out the Vajra King Jade to forge. Don't look at how she is a woman. When she swings the hammer, it is very valiant. This made Qin Yin think of Lan Fengjin. She is his disciple, but as her master, he did not fulfill any obligation. He felt that he can throw Lan Fengjin to Jian Linglong to guide. Jian Linglong used 2 days of time to forge a large amount of Vajra King Jade into a 3-meter wide square. One side of this square can be opened, allowing people to sit, stand, or lie down to cultivate. For a person, it is very spacious. After the materials are refined, the next step is to carve runes. The main ones to carve are the 9 condensing sun rune and Xian Ascension Dao rune. Naturally, Qin Yin also proposed to carve some star and moon runes. Jian Linglong found out that Qin Yin has mastered so many awesome star and moon runes and is endlessly apprehensive. Qin Yin, those star and moon runes you mentioned are from the ancient era. They're the kind that have been lost in time. They are very awesome. Jian Linglong exclaimed in admiration and asked, "Where did you get them from?" "Sister Linglong, to be honest, I am also a sect master. My sect is called Inscription Gate," Qin Yin said with smile. "Do you want to secretly enter my Inscription Gate? I will make you a great elder or something." Chapter 8:16 Flying Xian Hut. Chapter 8:16 Flying Xian Hut. Qin Yin promptly helped her up and said with smile, "Sister Linglong, our Inscription Gate doesn't have much etiquette. You only need to be loyal to our Inscription Gate." Jian Linglong promptly nodded and said with smile, "Xiao Yun, I will take out all the runes I have mastered and share them with you. Qin Yun said, there is no rush. After all, the future is long. In the future, I will also impart many runes to you. Oh, that's right. Jingming should be very obedient to you. You should secretly accept her as a disciple. Tell her about this matter. If she agrees, she will be a member of our inscription gate. All right. Jin Linglong thought for a moment and asked again, Sect Master, what is the goal of our inscription gate? Goal? There is no goal. We just want to collect as many runes as possible and become the sect with the most runes in the 9 Desolate. Qin Yun casually thought for a moment and said, this is a big goal. Jin Linglong's expression is filled with amazement, and she sighed. This is indeed a big goal, because the number of Dao runes they have mastered is very few. Although Jin Linglong's temper is very fiery, and she is a volcanic beauty, she is very polite to Qin Yun. Both of them also get along very well. Therefore, Qin Yun also passed on some star and moon runes to her. Jin Linglong's potential is very great because she has mastered Dao Lore Inscription Spirit. Her talent in inscription aspect is very high. In the future, Qin Yun will need a large number of talented inscription masters to unravel the mystery of the immortal graveyard with him. Not to mention the immortal graveyard. Just the immortal graveyard diagram is hiding many mysterious principles. Even now, Qin Yun and Momo are unable to see through the runes inside. The secret hidden inside the immortal graveyard diagram should be a map that can guide people to the place where Siekaru's immortal devil sacred body is sealed. In the next few days, Qin Yun and Jin Linglong incessantly carved runes day and night. They only occasionally rested. Jin Linglong also knows that Qin Yun has Dao Lord Inscription Spirit and Moon Lady Inscription Spirit. She is shocked and also very happy, because in the future, she will be able to obtain even more inscription spirits. If Qin Yun wants to refine souls, he will need many martial spirits as a foundation. Last time he tried it with Xiao Yuanmei, he almost failed. Fortunately, he has a dragon spirit to make up for it. Next time Qin Yun wants to refine totem inscription spirit. Jin Linglong and Qin Yun carved many 9 condensation sun runes and Shin Ascension Dao runes on the square hut. There are also several kinds of star and moon runes. They are all runes that can assist people in cultivation or can be used to gather energy. This is a very powerful Dao item. Jin Linglong has been busy for more than 10 days. Looking at the white, jade-like square hut, she feels a sense of accomplishment. I just don't know what the effect will be. Qin Yun said, the Immortal Weapon City has many immortal origins. This thing can transform the immortal power released by the immortal origin into even stronger energy. It should be able to help you break through very quickly, Jin Linglong said with a smile. Soon after, Jin Linglong also gave this magic tool a name, Flying Shin Hut. Qin Yun felt that the name was strange, but it was not important to him. What was important was that it was useful. Xiao Yun, use it with Sister Bing Xing. I remember she said that she also knows Sun and Moon Heart Sutra. Jin Linglong said, all right, I'll try it with her. Do you want to go together? Qin Yun asked. I won't go. I want to properly familiarize myself with the star and moon runes you gave me. Jin Linglong stretched her waist and said again, I also want to rest. It has been hard on you, Sister Linglong. Qin Yun said with smile. You're my little sect master. Why are you being so polite with me? Jin Linglong said with light smile. Qin Yun left the Lawkeeper Hall and arrived at the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall. On the way here, he also greeted Yao Fong and asked her if she wanted to try the new gadget. Yao Fong wants to see what is so good about it and agreed to come out. Inside the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall, Qin Yun released the flying Shin Hut beside the Immortal Pool. Yao Fong also came out of the 9 Sun Divine Soul's 3rd Pearl. She is wearing a mask on her face. Although Qin Yun and Bing Xing don't mind her appearance, she feels that it is necessary to cover up a bit in front of Bing Xing, otherwise the disparity between her and Bing Xing would be too great. Yao Fong has 9 absolute spirit sealing needles, but she cannot use them continuously. Otherwise, Qin Yun would not need to refine this kind of hut. The hut is not big. Qin Yun Yao Fong and Bing Xing are inside. It is a bit crowded. Yao Fong also came from the Guanghan Palace. Naturally, she understands Sun and Moon Heart Sutra. Moreover, cultivating with Qin Yun doesn't have any bad reaction. Although Yao Fong hates Qin Yun very much, she is now gradually believing in Qin Yun, because being cursed by Devil Immortal Great Emperor is not without benefits. Moreover, the benefits are very great. She even suspects that Qin Yun's past life deliberately cursed her so that she could obtain the Nine-Sun World Extermination Scripture. Bing Xing often dual cultivated with Qin Yun. She is very experienced in this aspect. Therefore, now Bing Xing is leading the cultivation process. After Qin Yun opened the flying Xian hut, it is filled with a kind of strange energy. The outside of the flying Xian hut is filled with 9-colored immortal energy, and many 9-colored dewdrops are dripping down from the inside. After those 9-colored dewdrops fell down, they were absorbed by Qin Yun's nether Sunday. Soon after, he absorbed a large amount of energy into his body and transferred it to Bing Xing. Bing Xing tempered and strengthened the energy, and then transferred it to Yao Fong. Bing Xing and Yao Fong are formidable immortal kings. With them assisting Qin Yun's cultivation, it is simply too easy. Yao Fong circulated the energy transferred by Bing Xing a few times through Sun and Moon Heart Sutra. After greatly strengthening the energy, she transferred it back to Qin Yun's body. Qin Yun sensed the energy transfer by Yao Fong and cannot help but shiver. He feels that his body is almost torn apart. It is too valiant. He cultivated with a few women before, but the strongest among them was Jian Linglong, a martial emperor. Now Yao Fong and Bing Xing are immortal kings. Xiao Yun, these two women who hated you very much now have complete trust in you and are cultivating with you. It can be seen that they have very deep feelings for you in the bottom of their hearts. Ling Yun giggled and said, I have to say, your past life was truly a talent. You deceived these formidable immortals and made them run around in circles. Although Qin Yun rather hated his bastard past life, he carefully thought about it and realized that his past life was truly skillful. He made a large group of women love and hate him. Less than half an hour later, Qin Yun adapted to the very strong and special energy. His nether sun and immortal devil body are greedily absorbing the energy and evolving on their own. Sister Yao Fong, did you and my past life cultivate together? Qin Yun suddenly asked. We cultivated many times. Yao Fong also answered truthfully. In your past life, you deceived many Guanghan Palace women to cultivate together with you. It also allowed you to advance by leaps and bounds and become very strong. I did not deceive you in this life, but you were still willing to cultivate together with me. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. If you say this again, do you believe that I won't hit you? Yao Fong coldly groaned and said, clearly worried that Qin Yun would think too much. Qin Yun, you are shouldering a heavy responsibility. You have to help Sister Kiru escape. You have to help Sister Yao Fong remove her curse, rebuild Guanghan Palace, and eliminate 2 great emperors of Immortal Desolate. Bing Xing said, Sister Bing Xing, if you say it like that, I will feel great pressure. Qin Yun said with bitter smile, that's why we are willing to help you. Bing Xing lightly groaned. The reason why you can regain our trust in this life is also because you are our only hope. Qin Yun thought about it and felt that he has obtained great help from Bing Xing and the others. And what he is more concerned about is that he wants to figure out what kind of scheme his past life set up. Furthermore, Siekaru also seems to know many things, but she is unwilling to say it. Qin Yun closed his eyes and began cultivating quietly. He tightly held Bing Xing and Yao Fong's hands. He doesn't know why, but he suddenly has a very familiar feeling. Just as he had this feeling, Ling Yun suddenly shouted, Xiao Yun, your past life's memories seem to be showing signs of awakening. Really? Qin Yun suddenly became very worried. If I awaken my memories now, what will happen? There is only this limit. It seems like your past life's relationship with these 2 women was very deep. That's why you have this kind of familiar feeling. Ling Yun sighed and said, in that case, I was not a heartless person in my past life. Qin Yun said with a smile, your past life's memories are in your soul. They will awaken sooner or later. At that time, you will be clear about it. Ling Yun said. Bing Xing and Yao Feng very patiently accompanied Qin Yun to cultivate here. The effect of the flying Xian hut is also very good. It is beyond Qin Yun's expectation. Late stage, Xian martial realm. Xian Dao power's sharp edge can overflow. It can make Xian power even stronger. It can even turn the formidable Xian power sharp edge into a translucent virtual image. And after reaching peak Xian martial realm, one can unleash Xian Dao power with all their strength. The sharp edge that erupts out is like 10,000 arrows shooting at the same time. It is very formidable. Xian Dao power is the combination of all kinds of formidable energy, mental power, and Dao Core's power. Especially after reaching peak Xian martial realm, Xian Dao power reaches its peak stage. Qin Yun can now sense that the Xian Dao power within his body is very frantic. It is rushing out from Nether Sun and unceasingly surging. Boom, boom, boom. Qin Yun's body suddenly shook. Dreadful Xian Dao power rushed out. This Xian power brought along intense sharp edge. It is like 10,000 horses galloping. You broke through, Bing Xing said. Peak Xian martial realm Xian Dao power. Once the sharp edge appears, it is like 10,000 horses galloping. Yao Feng said. Qin Yun spent more than 10 days to break through, adding the process of refining the flying Xian hut. It is more or less a month. Even so, his breakthrough speed is very fast. Yao Feng returned to the Nine Sun Divine Soul's third pearl. Bing Xing also left the flying Xian hut. I will go see Qiao Feng, Bing Xing said. I will go out for a walk. Qin Yun left the flying Xian hut, left the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall, and headed towards Lawkeeper Hall. Just as Qin Yun arrived at the Lawkeeper Hall, he saw a disciple whose body is riddled with scars, being supported by Granny Ma. Granny Ma, what is going on? Did our Immortal Weapon Palace have a martial art competition? Qin Yun promptly asked. No. Our Immortal Weapon Palace received some guests from far away. They proposed to compete with our disciples, so we went to compare notes. Who would have thought that they would be so heavy-handed? Granny Ma is somewhat angry talking about this matter. Chapter 817. Transcending Xian Sea region. After Granny Ma sent someone to take care of the injured disciple, she said, Qin Yun, it's best if you don't go out now. The purpose of those guys coming here is to challenge you. Qin Yun said with a smile, they are here to challenge me? Wasn't that great? Granny Ma, are you worried that I can't beat them? Granny Ma nodded. I'm really worried that you can't beat them. The senior brother who was injured just now, is he a martial king? Qin Yun recalled the middle-aged disciple who was being supported. Yes, but the guy who injured him is only at the Xian martial realm. Granny Ma nodded. It was indeed amazing that a Xian martial realm cultivator could injure a martial king. Is it late stage, Xian martial realm, or peak stage? Qin Yun asked again. He is now restless. Peak. If you really want to fight with that guy, you can't use your soldiers. Granny Ma said again. She knew that Qin Yun is very strong, but without a weapon, it would be difficult for Qin Yun to defeat stronger people. Everyone knows that Qin Yun has many good Dao tools in his hands. The reason why Qin Yun was able to kill those martial kings was because of the heavenly lion-dragon suppressing cauldron and the nether spirit sacred blade. If he did not use these magical weapons, it would indeed be very strenuous for him to fight. However, he still planned to meet those people. When Granny Ma saw that Qin Yun insisted on going, she could only take him there. Granny Ma, who are those guests from afar? Where did it come from? Asked Qin Yun. They came from transcending Xian Sea region. It is also a very mysterious sea region. Granny Ma said, legend has it that there is an immortal gate leading to the immortal desolate in that sea region. As long as one can find the immortal gate in the sea region, they can enter the immortal desolate. Where's the transcending Xian Sea region? Qin Yun promptly asked. I heard he is in Xian domain. Granny Ma said. Qin Yun, the matter of entering the immortal, desolate, immortal sect is only a legend. Don't take it seriously. This kind of legend is often true. Qin Yun said with smile. Transcending Xianxi region's people are very strong. Moreover, they are very arrogant. When you meet them, you best be mentally prepared. Granny Ma said again. Very arrogant? Then let me teach him a lesson. Qin Yun laughed. Granny Ma only hopes that Qin Yun will not lose in the martial arts competition. Qin Yun followed Granny Ma to a battle arena in the Immortal Weapon Palace. In this arena, there were many inner and outer sect disciples, as well as some elders. Just as Qin Yun entered, he heard a series of screams. In the center of the arena, a middle-aged man's thigh exploded. That middle-aged man is a martial king of the Immortal Weapon Palace. The martial stage was 200 to 300 meters wide. Aside from the martial king, there was also a short-haired, red-clothed youth. His hands were filled with blood. He was the one who made that martial king kneel and explode. The group of disciples were secretly startled. A martial king had been beaten by a young man of the Xianxi layer. There are more than 10 people standing beside Bao Changsho. They're all wearing red clothes, men and women, young and old. They should be people from transcending Xianxi region. Qin Yun also saw a familiar figure. Although that old man is wearing red clothes, Qin Yun recognized him. He is Ying Qingyu. Ying Qingyu is the former sect master of Immortal Weapon City. The disciple he brought previously lost to Qin Yun and even lost the wildfire inscription spirit. Now Ying Qingyu has come again. Moreover, he is together with a group of transcending Xianxi region people. He looked at Granny Ma and realized why she did not want him to come. Ying Qingyu has come to Immortal Weapon Palace. He must have some other purpose. He is most likely here to take revenge on Qin Yun. The red-clothed youth shouted loudly. Don't tell me your Immortal Weapon Palace only has this kind of trash. Quickly let Qin Yun come out. I want to defeat this genius with false reputation. Qin Yun has been in seclusion for a month. Soaring Dragon State's long family people came to Immortal Weapon City, but they only made noise outside the city. They did not dare to enter. Apart from this, Qin Yun's deeds have spread throughout the entire spirit desolate ordinary realm. Many famous geniuses came to challenge Qin Yun, but all of them were rejected by Bao Changsho. This time Ying Qingyu brought a group of transcending Xianxi region people. Bao Changsho originally wanted to let his disciples exchange pointers with these people in a friendly manner. But who would have thought that these transcending Xianxi region people are not friendly at all? Moreover, their strength is truly dreadful. Ying Qingyu yelled, Bao Changsho, quickly let Qin Yun come out and fight. Not many of your Immortal Weapon Palace's disciples can fight. Senior Ying Qingyu, long time no see. You have become a lot older. Qin Yun suddenly chuckled and flew over. Qin Yun has finally appeared. Immortal Weapon Palace's disciples immediately let out a burst of cheers. Their confidence has increased a lot. Qin Yun, haha, finally we meet again. I've become a bit older, but you have also become stronger. You actually exterminated Proud Star State's long family. I heard you even captured a golden dragon. Ying Qingyu saw Qin Yun arrive and promptly said with smile. When the red-clothed youth on the stage saw Qin Yun arrive, he immediately flew over. He had short hair and a slightly long face. He looked rather handsome, and his face was filled with arrogance. Qin Yun, quickly spar with me. If you lose, hand over that dragon and heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron to me. The red-clothed youth saw Qin Yun and proudly shouted. Then if you lose, what will you give me? Qin Yun said with smile, You don't seem to have anything. What will you take out a bet with me? I will not lose. If I lose, I will cut off my own arm. The red-clothed youth shouted in cold voice. You cutting off your own arm is not even worth a fart to me. Your arm is not even worth dragon poop, and you still want to use it to bet my golden dragon and heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron? Keep dreaming. Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, You are looking down on me? I will make you regret it. The red-clothed youth immediately became extremely angry. He released a red Xian Dao power from his body and rushed towards Qin Yun like a dragon roar. Bao Changshu promptly stood in front of Qin Yun and lightly waved his hand to block the aura. Qin Yun knows that Ing Chengyu brought people to compete with him to win his heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and the dragon inside. The heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron has many kinds of heavenly lion totems on it. It is incomparably rare. Ing Chengyu has always been thinking about it. Qin Yun, we have indeed come here for your heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. Tell me, what do you want us to take out to make you agree to go up on stage? Ing Chengyu asked. First take out your things. Let me see if they are worth it or not. Qin Yun said. All the Immortal Weapon Palace disciples present recalled the wildfire inscription spirit Qin Yun used to win against Ing Chengyu. If Ing Chengyu wants to win Qin Yun's things, he must take out something equivalent to the wildfire inscription spirit. An old man beside Ing Chengyu took out a bright red thing. It looks like a heart. Moreover, it is beating very normally. But looking carefully, it is not a heart. Rather, it is a kind of fruit. On the surface of this fruit, there are many naturally formed, marvelous runes. These are runes. Naturally formed fruits with runes growing on them are certainly very precious. This is Martial King Rune Heart Fruit. Eat one, and you will become a Martial King. The old man said, this kind of fruit can only be grown in our transcending Xianxi region. It takes millions of years to bear fruit. You only need Xian Martial Realm, no matter initial stage, mid-stage, or late stage. Eat one, and you'll become a Martial King. The red-clothed old man's words immediately caused many Xian Martial Realm martial monarchs to boil with excitement. It wasn't easy for them to cultivate to the Martial King realm. However, eating this kind of fruit, and you will become a Martial King. This sounds too exaggerated. Qin Yun curiously looked at the red-clothed youth and asked, is he peak Xian Martial Realm? Why doesn't he eat this fruit to become a Martial King? His doubt is not without reason. Such a good thing. Why don't they give it to their own people to eat? Instead, they take it out to gamble. The red-clothed youth said with sneer. Because I don't need to eat this kind of thing to become a Martial King. Ing Chengyu said, this kind of fruit is very rare and has great value. Our disciples don't eat it because they can quickly become Martial Kings. If they keep it, they will be able to display even greater value. Qin Yun said with smile, I can also become a Martial King. Why would I want this kind of fruit? This kind of fruit that is useless to me wants to compete with my dragon suppressing cauldron? This caused transcending Xianxi region's people to feel somewhat embarrassed. This fruit is indeed not very useful to a genius like Qin Yun. Qin Yun's heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron is the bane of dragons. There is only one item that can easily capture a dragon. If you can't take out anything good, then I'm going back to sleep. Qin Yun yawned, then turned around to leave. This infuriated the red-clothed youth. The young and vigorous him wanted to defeat Qin Yun and become famous in the spirit desolate land. It must be known that Qin Yun's great name has already spread to Xian domain. Soon, even transcending Xianxi region will know about him. If he defeated Qin Yun, not only would he obtain his heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron, he would also become famous. Wait, we'll also use a sun rune to bet with you. The red-clothed old man said. That sun rune is called the sky-raising sun rune. It's a type of sun rune that allows magical weapons to possess even higher strength. Using it to set up a formation, it can also allow the formation boundary to possess the power of a mountain. Sky-raising sun rune and Martial King runic heart fruit. Good. Hearing the sun rune, Qin Yun's eyes shone. Jin Linglong promptly pulled Qin Yun and said in low voice, Xiao Yun, this sky-raising sun rune is far inferior compared to your heavenly lion dragon suppression cauldron. It is far inferior, but I won't lose. Therefore, he's giving me the sky-raising sun rune for free. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. You guys, how can you be so confident? You all think you're going to win? Jin Linglong lightly groaned and said. Qin Yun lightly flew over and arrived on the battle stage. The red-clothed youth also revealed proud smile on his face and flew over. Chapter 8:18 Lion King Cannon. After Qin Yun arrived at the battle stage, many disciples started cheering one after another. Immortal Weapon City's disciples are very confident in Qin Yun's strength. They all shouted and cheered for Qin Yun. That red-clothed youth looked at Qin Yun, whose face is filled with smile, and felt very uncomfortable in his heart. Bao Changshu also opened the barrier. He knows Qin Yun's strength. If he does not properly defend, the battle stage will surely be destroyed. Qin Yun, Long Shenquang died in your hands, right? The red-clothed youth said with sneer. Don't think that just because you defeated Long Shenquang, you are the strongest in Xian martial realm. Let me tell you, that trash Long Shenquang was also defeated by me. This caused Qin Yun to be somewhat surprised, not because of the red-clothed youth's strength, but because he actually fought against Long Shenquang. Long Shenquang's strongest power was when he was possessed by evil god. The Long Shenquang that the red-clothed youth defeated was also the weakest. Long Shenquang was originally trash. Defeating him is not something worth showing off. Qin Yun indifferently said. Today, you will also be defeated, the red-clothed youth said in a wild and tyrannical manner. You seem very confident, Qin Yun said. That is because you're not strong at all. I defeated 2 of your martial kings before. It was as easy as blowing off dust. Defeating you is even easier, the red-clothed youth said with sneer. Your heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron will be mine very soon. Qin Yun laughed loudly. All right, it seems like you have never experienced despair. The red-clothed youth also laughed loudly and said, Today, I will let you experience despair, arrogant guy. The arrogant and conceited one is you, not me. Qin Yun shook his head and laughed. After Bao Changshu finished setting up the barrier, he yelled, All of you get ready. I will count to 10, and the battle will begin immediately. When the battle is about to begin, Qin Yun promptly maintained a distance of more than 100 meters from the red-clothed youth. Qin Yun doesn't know much about this red-clothed youth, so he doesn't dare to get too close to avoid suffering a loss if he doesn't have enough time to react. After Bao Changshu counted to 10, the battle began. The red-clothed youth immediately transformed into a red light and arrived in front of Qin Yun in the blink of an eye. One of his arms also became very thick. That arm transformed into the ferocious mouth of a shark. It was completely red and emitted a red light. It was very frightening. This group of people came from the transcending Xianxi region. Because of the environment, their martial spirits are somewhat related to sea beasts. The red-clothed youth's martial soul looked like a shark martial soul. Red shark martial spirit? This is a variant martial soul. While Qin Yun was alarmed, a black heavenly lion head appeared on his arm. It let out a roar and struck out. Boom! The 2 fists collided. The mighty heavenly lion's head and the ferocious shark's head collided, and a black and red aura burst out. Qin Yun and the red-clothed youth's Xian Dao power sharpness also shattered instantly. Both of them retreated dozens of meters. Qin Yun had also roughly figured out the red-dressed youth's strength. The red-clothed youth is also secretly apprehensive. Qin Yun's strength is much more valiant than he imagined. Ying Qingyu watched from the side and said with smile, Qin Yun cannot defeat that shark brat. That shark brat's martial spirit is a variant martial spirit. Moreover, he has grasped a very formidable variant divine ability. Red variant martial spirit will gradually become stronger along with the increase of one's cultivation. As for its specific use, it is very mysterious. Qin Yun still doesn't understand the power of this martial spirit. The red-clothed youth vigorously took a step. A huge and dreadful sea tornado suddenly appeared behind him. This kind of sea tornado is very common in the sea, but now it has been released by the red-clothed youth. Moreover, it is filled with divine ability power. This is clearly a divine ability. Walala. While the sea tornado is rotating, it also released a large amount of water. Several berserk sea tornadoes frantically rotated and converged towards Qin Yun from all directions. At the same time, the red-clothed youth also rushed into the sea tornado and disappeared. Those spectating disciples have their eyes open wide. They have never seen this kind of fighting style before. The red-clothed youth entered a sea tornado and then came out from another one. Crash! A huge malevolent red shark, its body is 20 to 30 meters long, came out from the sea tornado and rushed toward Xinyan. Those sea tornadoes are like huge pillars. They are gathering bit by bit, releasing violent wind and strong suction power. Qin Yun is surrounded. The gale and suction power have made him somewhat sluggish. He did not have enough time to react, and the red shark suddenly rushed out and bit his arm. Ah! Qin Yun screamed in pain. His arm is also bleeding. Bastard! Qin Yun loudly roared and attacked with Extinction Dragon Palm. The roaring palm wind is like a huge wave that overflowed to the heaven. Its momentum is shocking, and it exploded on the red shark. The red shark exploded after being hit by the palm and turned into a red gale that engulfed all direction. Although Qin Yun's arm has been bitten, it has not been torn off. Its toughness is shocking. Divine ability? I also know. Qin Yun's body slightly swayed. Transparent ripples spread out from his body like water ripples. This is Earthquake Divine Ability Power. Earthquake Divine Ability burst out. Ferocious vibration power spread all around. Hua, hua, hua. The sea tornadoes that are slowly gathering from all direction are simultaneously destroyed by the ferocious vibration power and turned into a large amount of water that fell down. The red-clothed youth hiding inside the sea tornado has also been exposed. The battle stage has also been submerged by a large amount of seawater. That red-clothed youth also promptly hid inside the seawater. Qin Yun promptly floated in the sky and spread his arms. Hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo. A large amount of black flame appeared and enveloped the sky. This is the black flame released by Nether Sun and then released by Immortal Devil Body. This flame contains a thread of immortal power. The flame that densely covered the sky suddenly produced a scorching hot power that pressed down and caused the seawater to boil. The red-clothed youth suddenly jumped out of the water like a fish. Bastard! The red-clothed youth did not expect that his divine ability would not be able to deal with Qin Yun. Only now did he realize Qin Yun's strength. When Qin Yun saw the red-clothed youth charging at him like a red shark, he immediately released his divine ability power, suffering divine ability. He rarely uses this kind of divine ability. On one hand, he is not very familiar with it, and on the other hand, it consumes a lot of energy. Just as the red-clothed youth rushed over, he felt a burst of light wind blowing over, and then his body fiercely felt pain. The sudden pain caused him to become very slow. Boom! Ling Yun controlled Nether Sun and released supergravity, which smashed on the red-clothed youth's body. His body cracked under the pressure and issued a dull vibration sound. The red-clothed youth fell into the boiling water, but he is still being pressed down by the supergravity, causing the water around him to be pushed away by the invisible gravity. Now everyone can see that the red-clothed youth is seriously injured. He is lying on the ground and screaming. I concede, the red-clothed youth shouted. After Qin Yun saw the red-clothed youth concede, he faintly smiled. The complexion of Ying, Qingyu, and the other elders became somewhat unsightly. Qin Yun is very satisfied with his peak Xian martial realm power. He feels that it is not a problem for him to defeat a martial king with bare hands. Bao Changshu and others are also very happy. Immortal Weapon City's disciples all burst into cheers. After the barrier opened, an old man promptly flew over, picked up the red-clothed youth, and fed him a pill to let him recover a bit faster. We agreed before. Give me Raising Heaven Sun Rune and Martial King Runic Fruit. Qin Yun said. He is not afraid that these people will renege on their debt, unless they don't want to live anymore. This is a mortal weapon palace. If Bingxing takes action, they will be sent to hell. Bao Changshu said with smile. I admit that your Xian domain and transcending Xian Sea region's cultivation environment is much better than ordinary realms, but that doesn't mean you are invincible. Although Qin Yun defeated the red-clothed youth, There are not many people in ordinary realm who could defeat this red-clothed youth. And in Xian domain and transcending Xianxi region, there are certainly many people who have the same strength as this red-clothed youth. Thinking of this, Bao Changshu and others yearned for ordinary realm even more. They wished they could immediately kill their way into ordinary realm and take a seat there. A red-clothed old man handed over a box and a bee skin to Qin Yun. The martial king runic fruit is inside the box. The bee skin has Raising Heaven Sun rune carved on it. Qin Yu said, "Qin Yun, don't be happy too early." Qin Yun said with smile, "I am very happy. After all, someone has come to give me a gift. Many thanks everyone." Transcending Xianxi regions, people can only blame their bad luck. They really did not expect that Qin Yun would be so powerful without relying on weapons. If Qin Yun did not break through, he might have been defeated. If you come to our transcending Xianxi region in the future, I will make you suffer a crushing defeat. The red-clothed youth is very unconvinced. "You brat, you only know how to use crafty tricks. You don't fight fair and square. In any case, I won," Qin Yun said with mischievous smile, then walked towards Jian Linglong and left the battle stage with her. Qin Yun is also very curious about transcending Xianxi region because, according to legend, there is an immortal gate leading to immortal desolate inside. If he can find that gate, he won't need to become an immortal to enter immortal desolate. Qin Yun handed over the bee's skin to Jian Linglong and let her record the sun rune. After Jian Linglong finished, she very happily handed it over to Qin Yun. "Sister Linglong, I want to refine something. Can you help me?" Qin Yun said. "Of course I can." Jian Linglong also readily agreed. Qin Yun arrived at Jian Linglong's pagoda, inside a secret room. Both of them are refining something together. Qin Yun wants to refine a weapon similar to the Xian King Cannon. Naturally, it is not a Xian tool, it is a Dao tool. He also wants to let Xiao Yuanmei play with the Xian King Cannon. Jian Linglong has many materials to refine Dao tools. Moreover, she is very experienced in refining Dao tools. When she was in Sword Immortal Pavilion, she often refined embryos. Qin Yun and Jian Linglong are also discussing how to improve the Xian King Cannon. They're using Dao runes, star and moon runes, as well as totems to refine even stronger cannon barrels. They didn't rest for a few days and nights, and finally managed to draw a blueprint. Chapter 819. The two hunters of the dragon, the Lion King Cannon's cannon head, is a lion with its mouth wide open. It is also engraved with heavenly lion totem runes. There were also fire totem carvings, mainly used to increase the temperature of the cannonballs. When the heavenly lion totem rune was launched, it would inject a powerful heavenly lion's power. This was a power that could restrain dragons. As for star and moon runes, Dao runes, and sun runes, they play other supporting roles. For example, there are the 9 condensation sun runes and the sky raising sun runes. The 9 condensing sun rune can quickly absorb 9 suns' spiritual energy to increase one's strength, while the heaven raising sun rune can increase the strength of the cannon. The Dao patterns were used to increase the speed of the projectiles. As for the star and moon runes, they have some other abilities. For example, there is a kind of star rune that can allow the Lion King cannon to condense star power and shoot out meteors, or increase the Lion King cannon's accuracy. Moon runes can also increase the user's ability. There is a kind of moon rune that can make the Lion King cannon smaller, to the size of a flute or a pen. It can be used for sneak attacks. In short, he carved many complicated star and moon runes on the Lion King cannon. After all, he is Star Lord and Moon Lady inscription spirit. Carving star and moon runes is also a very easy thing for him. Qin Yun plans to go to the Soaring Dragon State, so he needs to make sufficient preparations. After he and Jian Linglong improve the Lion King cannon, it no longer relies on artillery shells. It can condense energy in the air and shoot it out. As for cannonballs, Qin Yun also refined some body-securing cannonballs or Great Fog cannonballs. They were mostly used as support. If he really needed a very powerful cannon, he planned to use the life crystal of a martial king, martial emperor, or a half-immortal to shoot out. That kind of power was the most terrifying. Seeing how strong the Lion King cannon is, Jian Linglong also wants to refine one. Qinyan also plans to use this opportunity to increase his inscription level and cooperate with Jian Linglong to refine. Jian Linglong cannot complete the Lion King cannon by herself because those star and moon runes and totems need a very long time to be carved. However, it is very easy for Qinyan to carve because he has mastered many kinds of inscription spirits. Xiaoyan, where is your Devil Star Overlord? That is a very strong puppet. Jian Linglong said. There's a problem, and it's temporarily scrapped. It should be fine soon. Qinyan smiled bitterly. Qinyan is also looking forward to the day when the fusion is complete. At that time, he will have an even stronger puppet. Qinyan is also looking forward to the day the fusion succeeds. When the time comes, he will have an even stronger puppet. After that, Qinyan and Jian Linglong joined hands to refine some Dao tools. Dao tools are sects, Dao sect, and Dao tools. But to Jian Linglong and Qinyan, it is not something rare, because they have Dao Lord Inscription Spirit and have mastered many Dao runes. To them, creating Dao tools, the Dao sect gathering, Bao, and Dao Bao. The difficulty. If immortal weapon palaces, martial kings, and martial emperors have a set of Dao tools, it will be very useful when they attack the Xian domain in the future. Core Long Jian Sect King Sword. Long Jian Long Sect Long. To Qinyan and Jian Linglong, good Dao runes are still too few. They have Dao Lord Inscription Spirit. They can carve even more Dao runes on a Dao tool embryo, making the Dao tool stronger and better. However, because they had too few Dao patterns, it was a huge limitation for them. Qinyan also gave Jian Linglong some totem. Her speed of carving totems is slow, but with Lu Jingming's help, she could become very fast. Lu Jingming is now a member of the Inscription Gate. Now, Qinyan has already accepted 3 inscription masters as disciples: Lan Fengjin, Lu Jingming, and Jian Linglong. He already found Hu Jingxian and asked her to bring Lan Fengjin here to learn inscription from Jian Linglong. Additionally, he also told Hu Jingxian to bring Xiao Yuemei over. Xiekaru said that Xiao Yuemei's past life was very fond of hunting dragons. Qinyan plans to go to the Soaring Dragon State's Long family. At that time, he might meet that immortal dragon. Therefore, he wants Xiao Yuemei to come up with an idea to capture that immortal dragon. Hu Jingxian very quickly brought Xiao Yuemei over. Lan Fengjin is in seclusion, so she cannot come for the time being. Xiao Yuelan, Yang Shiyu, and Qi Meilan are all working very hard in cultivation. If they're not suppressing the growth of their soul, they are cultivating in seclusion or going out to cultivate. And because of Xiao Yuemei's mirror martial spirit, she needs to go everywhere to mirror other people's martial spirits. Therefore, she is not someone who can sit still. After Xiao Yuemei found out that Qinyan is looking for her, she excitedly rushed over. Inside the Immortal Weapon Palace's Lawkeeper Hall, Jian Linglong's residence, Xiao Yuemei is giggling and playing with Lu Jingming. Xiao Yuemei also considers Lu Jingming as her little sister. She loves her very much. She gave Lu Jingming many of her treasured Xian fruits and some delicious food and drinks. Even Xiao Yuemei herself is not willing to eat those things. Xiao Yuemei caressed Lu Jingming's face and said, "Ming Ming, big sister will be going out to travel. Wait for me to come back. I will definitely bring even more delicious food for you." Thank you, big sister Yuemei. I will also work hard in cultivation and make myself stronger. Later, I will refine some fun things for big sister Yuemei and some powerful magic tools. Lu Jingming is somewhat reluctant to part with Xiao Yuemei. She hugged her and said in low voice, "My good little sister, you are really sensible." Xiao Yuemei smiled and kissed Lu Jingming's adorable face. Jian Linglong is also looking at Qinyan very warmly. "Let's go," Qinyan said, then bid farewell to Lu Jingming and Jian Linglong and brought Xiao Yuemei to the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall. Bing Xing, who is inside the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall, already knows that Qin Yun is preparing to leave for the Soaring Dragon State. She saw Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei together and said with light sigh, "If only Shirue would go with you." "Why?" Xiao Yuanmei pouted her small mouth and lightly groaned. "Because both of you are very unreliable. Bing Xing is also very helpless." She walked over and pinched Xiao Yuanmei's charming little face. "Yuanmei, this time you're going to face a formidable ancient family. You must be very careful, understand?" I know. Xiao Yuanmei stuck out her tongue at Bing Xing and said with charming smile, "Sister Bing Xing, you are truly concerned about my brother. Don't tell me that you still love my brother? Little girl, don't talk nonsense." Bing Xing's expression slightly changed. She lightly glared at Xiao Yuanmei and then rubbed her little face. Xiao Yuanmei made a funny face at Bing Xing, then pulled Qin Yun and skipped towards the door. "Qin Yun, if there is anything, you must discuss it with Sister Yao Fong and let her give you some advice. Don't be reckless." Bing Xing promptly sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. "Sister Bing Xing, you can rest assured. Sometimes Sister Kiru will contact me in my dreams." Qin Yun replied. Bing Xing felt a bit relieved and nodded at him. Xiao Yuanmei has already pulled Qin Yun out of the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall. La 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 la. Xiao Yuanmei hummed a little tune. Qin Yun pulled her toward a secret passage and directly left the Immortal Weapon City. This secret passage was built by Bao Changsho and others outside the Immortal Weapon Palace Hall. It can quickly lead to the outside of the Immortal Weapon City. After Xiao Yuanmei and Qin Yun left the city, she took out a black eagle with a wingspan of more than 10 meters. This black hawk looked real, but in fact, it was just a flying magic weapon, and its belly was empty. "Brother, this thing was given to me by an old man. Its flying speed is very fast." Xiao Yuanmei pushed the eagle and entered the eagle's belly. Moreover, it entered through the bottom of the eagle. This made Qin Yun feel very strange. Qin Yun said with smile, "Yuanmei, did you swindle this eagle?" After Xiao Yuanmei entered, she said with smile, "I swindled him to give it to me." Qin Yun doesn't know what kind of trouble will occur if he goes with Xiao Yuanmei. However, he really wants to move together with Xiao Yuanmei. This weird and clever little girl has a belly full of evil water and wicked ideas. She can easily swindle many good things. "Take off!" Xiao Yuanmei shouted and controlled the eagle to fly. She has also been to the Soaring Dragon State before, so she knows where the Soaring Dragon State is. She has a rather good understanding of the Soaring Dragon State. Qin Yun sat inside the eagle and gave the Xian King Cannon to Xiao Yuanmei. Xiao Yuanmei is very happy. She only wants it. She won't use it often. "Brother, I heard that you obtained some Martial King runic fruit. If you eat it, you can become a Martial King." Xiao Yuanmei asked. "Others might be able to, but I can't." This is also the reason why Qin Yun did not eat it. With his cultivation situation, he would need to eat several to break through. He has the Sun Moon Divine Bowl. Through this bowl, he can grow even more fruits. However, it will take more time. "Yuanmei, do you want to eat it?" Qin Yun asked. "I won't eat it." Xiao Yuanmei took out her small mirror and said, "Although I am now at the late stage Xian martial realm, I don't need to cultivate to break through. I am just that powerful. I really envy you." Qin Yun said with smile. "Brother, don't worry. With me going with you, we will definitely find a method to break the curse from the Long family. Sister Steam Bun and Sister Shui will be able to come back to life." Xiao Yuanmei said, "Of course, when the time comes, we will also have to get that immortal dragon." Speaking of that immortal dragon, Qin Yun became somewhat excited. "Yuanmei, do you really have a way to capture that dragon? Our strength is very weak. That immortal dragon is as strong as an immortal. If it was me, I wouldn't have any confidence." Xiao Yuanmei giggled, extended her 5 fingers and said, "But with you, hee, I have 50% confidence." 50% confidence. This is also very awesome. This caused Qin Yun to feel very happy. Soaring Dragon State is very far from the Proud Star State. Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei are not in a hurry, so they used the flying magic tool to leisurely fly over. While flying, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei chatted about many interesting things. Only Xiao Yuanmei often talked about the matters of Qin Yun's past life. For example, she talked about her experience in swindling people, causing Qin Yun to feel deeply moved. More than 10 days pass by. Xiao Yuanmei is eating snacks when suddenly a sword pierced through her flying magic tool with a so sound. After the flying magic tool was destroyed, it lost control and fell down, continuously spinning. Chapter 820. Spirit Cloud sect. After Xiao Yuanmei stabilized the flying magic tool, Qin Yun was about to pull out the sword when he saw the runes carved on the sword stabbing at him are rather special. It's a talisman tool. Qin Yun anxiously shouted. He promptly pulled Xiao Yuanmei and used mysterious penetration divine ability to run out of the flying eagle's belly. Boom boom. The flying eagle magic tool also suddenly exploded. Damned bastard, you destroyed my treasure. Xiao Yuanmei saw that her flying magic tool has been destroyed. She angrily cursed and looked at the fragments with heartache. It's all right. Brother will help you refine an even better and stronger puppet eagle in the future. Qin Yun promptly comforted her. Xiao Yuanmei's mood became a bit better. She quickly looked down and shouted, "It's those guys, let's go down." Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei also promptly landed. There are more than 10 people below. Most of them are young people. These young people are all spirit martial realm. There are also 2 middle-aged men who are Xian martial realm. Seeing their lineup, Qin Yun and Xiao Yuanmei immediately thought that this is a group of elders bringing their juniors out to gain experience. Xiao Yuanmei is also not the kind of person who would kill innocent people. If the other party really did it unintentionally, then she will only ask them to compensate with some purple crystal coins. That eagle is not a real eagle. It's my flying magic tool. You destroyed my flying magic tool. Quickly compensate me. Xiao Yuanmei lightly groaned and said. Those more than 10 young people saw that Xiao Yuanmei is so young and beautiful. She is also very charming and pleasant. They cannot help but wantonly admire her. How many purple crystal coins is a flying magic tool worth? You even wasted one of my talisman tools. You should be the one to compensate me. A square-faced middle-aged man said with sneer. Just as Xiao Yuanmei was about to flip out, another thin and dark-skinned middle-aged man said, You too. How many purple crystal coins is your flying magic tool? I will compensate you. Seeing that this thin, middle-aged man's attitude is pretty good, Xiao Yuanmei also became a bit more polite and said, 1,000,000 purple crystal coins. So expensive. That middle-aged man said in amazement after hearing this. Flying magic tools are just so expensive. Mine is still second class. Xiao Yuanmei said, Don't compensate them. They should compensate me for my practitioner weapon. That's a practitioner weapon worth 2 million. The square-faced, middle-aged man shouted angrily. You almost killed us, yet you still dare to be arrogant. Xiao Yuanmei very angrily said, I don't have that many purple crystal coins right now. I am Lu Shaoan from the Spirit Cloud sect. You can go to the Spirit Cloud sect in a month and find me. I will write you an IOU. The middle-aged man said as he took out a piece of paper. Senior brother, why are you compensating them? This is their fault. The square-faced, middle-aged man was very dissatisfied. I know who's right and who's wrong. Lu Shaoan shook his head and sighed. Forget it. I will make you pay for it since you know what's right and wrong. After Xiao Yuanmei finished speaking, she glared at the middle-aged man and coldly said, Bastard, if you have the guts, then report your name. I will definitely have my elders come to compensate you for that broken talisman tool. The square-faced, middle-aged man's expression slightly changed hearing this. He immediately realized that these 2 youngsters have precious flying magic tools at such a young age. They must be from a famous sect. Young lady, I will compensate you with purple crystal coins. Let's forget about this matter. Lu Shaoan promptly said, That won't do. I owe that guy a practitioner weapon. I can't compensate him now. I will have my elders compensate him later. Xiao Yuanmei lightly groaned and said, I won't hide it from you too. I came here to find detoxification herbs to cure my son's poison. I really did not expect this kind of thing to happen. Lu Shaowen's attitude has always been very good. When Xiao Yuanmei is doing things, she also looks at people. What poison? We will help you cure your son, Xiao Yuanmei said. She also knows how to accumulate virtue and do good deeds. This, can you really cure it? Lu Shaowen's expression is filled with amazement. I can't. Qinyan nodded. Qinyan can see that Lu Shaowen is a very good person, so he decided to help him along the way. Lu Shaowen promptly brought Qinyan and Xiao Yuanmei away from this mountainous region and returned to Spirit Cloud Sect. After leaving the mountainous region, they saw a lake. Spirit Cloud Sect is right next to this lake. There are many buildings built in the water. Qinyan and Xiao Yuanmei now know why that square-faced middle-aged man is so arrogant. It is because his sect is just outside this region. Spirit Cloud Sect is a small sect. This kind of small sects are usually located very far away from flourishing areas. They are like local tyrants. Therefore, many of these small sects are very arrogant. There are even some small sects that only hang the name of Martial Dao sect but are secretly bandit gangs. There are also some who do both good and bad things. Qinyan can see that Lu Shaowen is a very good person, so he feels that this Spirit Cloud sect can be considered passable. Small sects are very simple and crude. All kinds of buildings do not have the luxurious feeling of big sects. It is as if they have arrived at a poor village. This Spirit Cloud sect has 2,000 to 3,000 people. It can be considered as the biggest faction in this region. Xiao Yuanmei and Qinyan followed Lu Shaowen and arrived at the third floor of a 5-story pagoda above the lake. There are actually quite a few martial kings inside this pagoda. Inside a quiet room, a child with blue complexion is lying down. He is about 50 or 60 years old. His skin is dry and wrinkled, emitting a faint blue gas. He is deeply poisoned. There is an old martial king here looking after the child. This old martial king's appearance is somewhat similar to Lu Shaowen. He must be Lu Shaowen's father. Old martial king's face is filled with grief as he looked at the child. He saw Lu Shaowen bring Qinyan and Xiao Yuanmei over. He hastily walked over and asked, Shaowen, did you find the antidote? I didn't. I met 2 friends on the road. They said they can detoxify the poison. Lu Shaowen is a very honest person. He saw that Qinyan and Xiao Yuanmei are easy to talk to, so he believed them. At this time, a few old men arrived. Among them is the square-faced middle-aged man. The square-faced middle-aged man said, It is them. They caused me to waste a talisman tool. Old Lu, your grandson is hopeless. Don't hold any hope. Now, these 2 made us lose a talisman tool worth 10 million purple crystals. We should join hands to capture them and force them to compensate with things. An old man said with sneer, All of you get out. Don't make so much noise here. Old Lu said in deep voice and promptly drove those people out. After closing the door, Qinyan took out little jade rabbit, placed it on the child's palm, and began absorbing the poison power. At this time, Lu Shaowen began explaining the situation to old Lu. That talisman tool is not even worth 2 million purple crystal coins. It is not even worth 10 million. They are clearly trying to extort us. Old Lu furiously said, That guy destroyed my flying magic tool. I still haven't settled the debt with him. He actually wants to extort me. Xiao Yuanmei's face is filled with anger. At this time, the child's skin gradually became soft and moist. It is not as dry and wrinkled as before. Moreover, the blue poison on his skin also gradually disappeared. After Lu Shaowen and old Lu saw this, they are extremely happy and immediately thanked Qinyan and Xiao Yuanmei. Less than half an hour later, little Jade Rabbit also finished absorbing the poison. She immediately threw herself into Qinyan's bosom and returned to the first pearl of 9 Sun Divine Soul. Here is 2 million purple crystal coins. 1 million is to compensate for the flying magic tool. The other 1 million is to thank you. Old Lu took out a crystal card. Forget it. It was just a slight effort. I don't want your money. We will leave now. I don't want to see those disgusting bastards again, Xiao Yuanmei said. Lu Shaowen hurriedly opened the door, and the group of people outside immediately rushed in. They saw that the poison on the child's body has been neutralized. They're even more certain that Qin Yun and Xiao Yuan may have many good pills. You two caused us to lose talisman tools. If you don't compensate, don't even think about leaving.